Welcome, SASAns, to this week's episode of SASAns and Dragons, our homebrew house rule infested game of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. I am your dungeon master, Magnus Beasticus. Joining me as our adventurers on this adventure. I forget who I started off with last time, so we'll do the magic finger and down in the very bottom right.
Random.
Maximus Dominant. That's who it is.
Oh, thanks for introducing me. You heard the name. I play Herchek Bane, a Glarth Barbarian, level 10.
Next to him.
You're talking about directly next to him or cross-direct next to him?
The next that makes the most sense in every situation.
Yep.
Yep.
Passing it over.
I am Rummy the Ever-Living. I play Valkyrian Victoria, Male Protector Asmar, Fighter Wizard level 10.
That was enough.
Guess what's in my pocket?
It's for you.
My bottom left, your bottom right.
I'm Luna, and I play Sunky Beerbot, a level 10 mountain druid dwarf. Mountain dwarf druid. There you go. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because Enzer's next.
Oh.
I'm Enzer, and I'm playing a male warforged, basically a tree person. He is a
Tree train.
roguish monk. His name is Crow.
Nobody's ever going to guess what you're drinking now that the label's facing you. All right, as always, in line, well, maybe not as always, as recently always, we will be giving out a wonderful prize to a random person who leaves a comment with meaningful feedback to us, although meaning is, a very subjective term. But anyway, leaving feedback down in the comments below and liking and subscribing to the video. This week's grand prize, a prize that so many of you will be contesting to win, is a $20 gift card to Steam, the online PC platform where you can buy and play literally, or probably almost literally, every game known to man.
Who won it last time, Magnus?
Yes, the winner of last week's grand prize, the Hero Forge steel model, D&D model, is Dan Goncalves. I think I said that properly. He left wonderful, super meaningful feedback. If I did butcher your name, please let me know. But we look forward to hearing you, and I hope that you enjoy your customized D&D steel model that should be heading your way really whenever you order it. Now, without further ado, when last we left the heroes of Oren, I'm going to try it in a new voice this week. When last we left the heroes of Oren's Obliterate, they had been sent to gather information relating to Koltessa Von Mar. We don't need that enhancement. I think I can enhance my vocals quite well enough. They had been sent to gather information. One location where some information was gathered was the Gleaming Library, where they pretty much temporarily stole a book for about 5 minutes to gain knowledge about the history of the angels in which Koltessa's business now lays, and how there had been a cataclysmic event 5,000 years in the past taking place in the old kingdom of Barathor's Reach on the northern portion of the continent of Melibrius. The second location that they went to was the temple to Le Chantier, the guider and distributor of all the knowledge amongst the stars, where they met Polnavin, the head cleric, who had told them pretty much everything that they needed to know about the constellations that Herchek had seen in Koltessa's wake. Then, to round out, I don't know what that was. Piece of gravity almost fell out of my mouth.
What?
Then, Sorry. Then, to end the day, the very eventful day inside of Orenbelle, Thunky had paid a crystal and glass merchant a visit to try and expedite the creation of a custom glass ship, 2 of them that Herchek had requested and paid quite a hefty sum for. A hefty sum that Thunky thought was a bit too hefty. After leaving his fine glass establishment and slamming the door, breaking the entirety of the glass door, ship in hand, Thunky strode away, confident in her decision to be a tyrant against a lone merchant. We pick up now, in the morning, a day passed. In their, you know what, I'm just going to go back to the regular voice for right now. In their current home, the fancy main inn and tavern, located at the top of a grand tree inside of the Belladonna system of Orenbelle. It is about 8 in the morning. You guys wake up groggily and excitedly, knowing that your tournament, your match, whatever it may be, whatever the guards have devised to go up against you, awaits today. They are expecting you at the eastern wall, and you guys are talking over the potential tactics and people who might be you might be facing against some of the guards that you know. The food comes out, your meat wrapped in meat with eggs on top and milk, I think. Artemis flying up top, circling you all, bringing the bag of cheeses and nuts and feed down to Varkir, who is tending to his horse. It is a beautiful blue day, not a cloud in the sky. A very warm breeze courses through your tavern environment. Not many people eating at this time of day. Some people coming in sort of like ripping off some of the jobs posted on the board, looking at them and, like shrugging their shoulders and walking off. For goblins. And Melvin is tending to a customer on the far corner, actually chatting them up a bit to, I always feel like saying Khajiit. To, what are the cat people called? Tabaxi. 2 Tabaxi girls, one familiar to you, who gave you the information about Ildfell originally. And this is your morning. Birds chirping in the sky.
Sound.
What?
What kind of bird have you seen?
The famous lip birds of Orenbelle.
Oh God, let's picture some birds with some human lips.
Big purple
Oh,
lips.
I thought you said lit.
And they get pretty lit,
They're
it's
lit.
known.
Call. Well, if we're gonna talk strategy, we should be back to back. In case there's arrows, who's got ranged?
I have darts.
I have some. Mark, you wouldn't be here when he was thinking.
I'm awaiting a response from
I have a little bit.
Varkir.
Artemis.
I'm talking to Varkir though.
Artemis flies over and just like lands on your shoulder and just.
It's an improvement from 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm talking to Varkir. Dunky, what do you got?
I could thorn whip someone from 30 feet away.
Oh,
That's further than my darts.
I can also throw a mean hand axe.
you could thorn whip a bow right out of their hands. You could try to do that. Okay.
I could also, make them think that they're being infested by mites.
Oh, I do have that pillar, so that's good. The pillar of lightning.
Oh.
Just in case.
What's that?
I pull out the hill, or the little piece of wood. So from this is what I brought you back to life with. I shocked you.
Oh, that was just a good nightmare.
My energy's inside you.
Ooh.
Alright, well, I think that's a good tactic. We did it.
Well, I'm very good at hit and run, so I'd like to get in there first, and then strike probably the person closest to us, and then dip into the shadows and continue that.
Worst comes to worst, just get behind me and I can take damage, and then you can pop out somewhere. I cast a large shadow. Some people call me the Shadow.
Oh, okay. We should see how far you can throw me.
We gotta go outside for that. I don't think Melvin would appreciate me throwing some people in his bar. Right, Melvin?
Hey, so long as you're willing to pay for it.
Nope. You keep
Fine,
shining
fine.
that glass.
You know it.
That's not your
Maybe
voice.
you could throw me into
Yes,
this.
it is. It's totally my voice. This is my soft, a little bit deeper Elven voice.
It's a clone. I'll come back and take care of you later. I'm
He's trying to
gonna
arouse us.
I scarf down the rest of my meat, shove it inside me, head outside.
Yeah, you
Really
do.
dirty.
Don't say it aloud.
Melvin's just looking at you,
With my
actively.
What
It's my
are
meat
you
roll.
Eating?
meat
Oh.
with meat wrapped in more meat and eggs, and one green leaf, tiny.
That was an accident. I'm sorry.
I furiously rage.
I'll talk to the cooks.
Well, man.
So, how about you? Could have sworn you were a druid, but I didn't see any kind of druid craft last week. Oh, you're saving it.
Going for it, aren't
As
you?
I'm walking out, like, that's a good point.
I have a good amount of spells, that are long range. Depending on what you want. I can cure people now.
Alright. Maybe we should establish a word that means I need help.
Say
Heal me.
How about heal me?
Heal me it is.
Okay.
Please. We'll add a please in there for you.
Yes. We're a well-mannered group.
We'll just say please.
Please.
I can do
Please.
that. That's easy enough to
Yeah.
remember. Heal me means heal
Please.
someone. I can do that.
Who would have
Don't,
thought that?
don't forget the please.
And the
If there's no please, probably means attack them.
Cryptic.
Melvin sort of slowly walks over at this point and he goes, "Ooh, Oren's Obliterate. Talking about tactics, the ones who took down all those monsters or so I hear. It's not every day you get insight from the king.
This is a work in progress.
Heal me, you said."
heal you.
That is classified. You
Don't
keep that on
attack
the
him.
low, Melvin.
I'm sorry, yes. You guys it must be wrong what you're saying, speaking it out in the open like this. I get it. True tactical masterminds.
Reverse psychology.
Inverse. Outer verse.
My fault for listening.
Get out of here, Melvin. This is serious talk.
Like whips
We're-
his glass around first, then turns
Of course,
his shoulder
we're
afterwards.
disguising our words in,
Glass first.
tactics for dummies. But if you break it down, it's real.
Quite complicated.
Oh yes.
Melvin,
Scientific
I'll
stuff.
practice some tactics on you. In a combat situation like we were talking about before.
You did promise to take me on an adventure, Herchek.
You said you were going to stay here.
Oh, but no, I was down.
Well, come face the guards with us.
That
Simple.
It's a bit of a leap, You gotta walk before you can.
Hey, I'm the new
Growl.
guy.
I'll come get you when we're facing a dragon.
I'll cheer from the sidelines. Which are
You
here,
got to defend the fancy mane.
washing my glass.
I'm expecting big things from that glass.
Me too. Why do you think I'm taking such good care of it?
Let me hit.
All right, so I'm outside by this time. I guess I got Artemis on my shoulder.
He is just sitting there on your shoulder.
I will have gone with him.
Okay.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
No.
I did not mean to.
So
Say
we're
that.
making our way down the stairs
Talking fast.
to find Varkir next to his horsey.
And I miss you. Well, hello guys, hello everybody. I wasn't saying anything.
Well, catchy tune there, Varkir.
Yep, it was.
So I'm looking at Varkir, the person, and saying, so Varkir, do you use your horse here for travel, or how does this work in combat?
It's a mount. I ride it.
In combat?
Yes, it's a mount. I ride it.
So do you like to be positioned to the front, back, as like a...
I charge forward and
Charging.
Not like this one here with his bare, yes, not like that. Not like the big one. I charge forward in a tactical manner with a horse, shield and lance ready.
So then
So I can
maybe
poke
you should be first
Poke my enemy.
in
Well,
order.
I will be. Well, I'll be behind the scouts if we have
Okay.
scouts.
So
It's
maybe
just us.
I can sneak in through and stun the biggest person in the front, and then you can go in and mop them up, and then we'll circle back to the rest of the group.
That's very
Unless you stay in the midst of combat with the horse.
I stay in combat with the horse. He is a very, very well. I haven't tested this horse yet, so we'll see how he does. He's a far cry from my old one.
Also, if I yell scatter, you should probably get away from me.
Never. I'll never leave a combat.
Remember
What?
when I cast it to the giraffe? Zebra.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a fireball, and I hold up the glove, and I'm like, so if a fireball comes out of this thing, I'll be fine, but you won't be.
How
No,
far away
I will
should
burn.
we dive?
Roughly about 20 feet.
Oh.
You can
So it
Hop,
says on the instructions
hop,
right here.
skip, and a jump
Hop, skip, and a giant leap.
of mankind.
Sorry, out of game. What do you use to dodge that?
What do I use?
Yeah,
I
because
have-
as a monk.
I have a ring that's associated with the glove that gives me resistance to the damage.
Is it against dex though? You have to roll dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could theoretically, if I roll high enough, in a pinch.
In a pinch.
In a pinch, I've been known to dodge a fireball.
Ooh. Wow. Cumentus probably casted a bunch of you.
Not really, but that's what it says here in my instructions, that I may be able to dodge a fireball.
Huh.
If you use dexterity for that kind of stuff.
The Warforged handbook.
Yeah, I have a manual.
It came in the coffin.
I am still very curious about Thunky.
Yes, thank you. What craft do you have prepared for this battle?
The battle with the
The
guards.
guards. Yeah. Just a bunch of humans.
I figured I'd pull a little wrath of nature out of the bag.
Oh, bag? In a bag?
Oh, what's that?
Bag?
No. It's hanky.
You can drink some nature in this bag.
I'm gonna give him a little pat on the head. Then push him back into the bag.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Oh, I thought.
What is a wrath of nature?
Yeah, like can you go into more detail about what?
It's
As
very,
you, as
very
you guys are
simple.
walking along the
Yeah,
cobblestone path in the Belladonna district towards the main road that leads out of the eastern gate, passing immaculately sculpted heroic posed bush after heroic posed bush after like animal bushes playing with each other. Again, birds are flying by. Flying by.
I really just need a high-level understanding of what you're capable of in combat. Here's an example. I'm proficient in unarmed strikes. And I have the scythe here, and I got darts. I like to be fast, in and out, sneak attacky, that kind of stuff.
I have the sword, and I pull out Starlight Conqueror, and I destroy that dude's mailbox again.
Opposite.
I can dodge
side.
things and maybe deflect stuff.
Hilarious.
What kind of stuff you got?
I can heal people really well. I can also speak with animals.
It's not
Okay,
gonna
that's
help
pretty
us.
good.
Love my flame blade and my thorn whip. I also have lightning bolt.
Oh,
I like to electrify the shit out of some enemies.
how many can you?
Yeah, that's another one.
How
that I
many
should
can
probably
you
dodge.
high lightning bolt duking?
Let's see. Probably, potentially do 6.
Oh,
Like highlight Duke Bolton.
8, if I really want to go crazy.
would that deplete you completely?
Yes.
Okay, probably should save a couple slots for a heal.
Yeah.
So let's say 3 reserved for healing.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Mark here, what do you got?
I am mainly a fighter on.
Horse?
I like mounted combat, but I can
On-
also I can go toe to toe with any fellow on ground on land as well.
Okay.
But I can throw some spells out there.
Oh, that's good.
Not a lot, just some some cantrips, maybe some minor lightning spells. Nothing like lightning bolt, but maybe some witch lightning, things like that.
Yeah, I think range is gonna be our downfall. So as soon as we see arrows coming at us, we go for those first. I will maintain not doing anything ranged, and I'll take close. So if there's range, just gather on me, and I'll guard you as you're.
If we're just going up
I'll
against
try not to charge forward.
if we're just
I
going
can
up against
deflect
the guards,
incoming projectiles as well. So maybe you and I put up a wall.
My body is a wall.
If we're just going up against the guards, I probably won't subject my horse to that silly little trick.
Probably.
Oh, come on.
That'd be good training for the horse. For Gwen. Stefani.
Gwen, who's Gwen?
That's what I named your horse.
Don't name my horse.
Touchy. So about Artemis.
Who are you? The Artemis is over
Can
there.
you use him in combat?
Artemis is over there.
No, sorry, I'm talking to you, Vark, here about Artemis.
What? Yes, I can use him in combat. He is. I don't know what you know too much about familiars, but they aren't the strongest or stablest of beings in this material realm.
I thought I heard you say you can cast spells.
Yes,
from
but
Artemis.
I said the familiar is not the strong, the stablest. In other words, a slight slash and he'll fizzle out of existence. Then I have to, re-summon him again.
Can you cast that lightning spell from Artemis?
Yes. But only touch. He has to touch the person. So he'd like touch, lightning, stab, he's dead.
Well, in a heat of the moment, he could be used as what they would call a suicidal bomber.
Was this a new term I've never heard of? What do you people do nowadays?
Read it in a book somewhere.
So at about this time, you guys meet the main road, leading out of Orenbelle, and you took this road to get to Bresh. This is pretty much like the primary eastern gate. You see the wall coming into view, about 80 feet high, white stone, perfectly white stone with blue capstones on the top. Blue as about, pardon me. Blue is like the evening sky with a silver star on every single topper on across the wall. You know that you can start seeing sort of the guard barracks that have been built into the cylindrical pillars that create the different segments of each wall, and you start to see the main gate come into view, where you can see the the primary barracks of the Orenbelle guard built into the main gate, and you start to hear sort of this like huffing and puffing and cadences sort of pass from the soldiers, and you see a squad of soldiers just sort of march running past you or jogging past you, and as they leave and get quieter and you get closer to the gate, you can start hearing the slashing and grunts of a multitude of soldiers coming from the Belladonna system field closest to the eastern gate, where you know that they do a lot of their training routines. And you hear, now getting closer, particularly louder, cling, slashes. It seems like two individuals are fighting each other now. As you get closer and closer, you're like right up at the gate currently. There's the cobblestone path leads into their training area, and you can see in a fighting circle with sand at the bottom, two warriors familiar to you. One, the black-haired, now Captain Bobby, facing off in his sort of training garb and attire against a man wearing the same attire with a bit of a larger sword compared to Bobby's lance, and he's got short blonde hair, and it's Chris. And they're both sort of fighting each other, as you can tell that Bobby's got a little bit more skill with the blade, but Chris sort of sweeps to the right and dodges his blade and smacks the lance out of Bobby's hand, just one hand, and it goes back, and Chris shoves the sword right to the side of Bobby's neck, and he goes, "Well, you may have been promoted, but there's still hesitance in your spirit. She'll never fall for someone who quivers."
I go,
Finish
Bobby,
him.
what was that?
Chris Shatner.
Slay the weak.
Welcome! Welcome. How you all doing? You got lucky, Chris. I'll give you this one here. Well, it seems you guys have shown up to the party.
Of course.
Celios told us about what you
There's a party.
challenged. Well, you get my terminology. You've shown up to the squashing, I suppose, would be a more accurate way to phrase it.
Squashing?
And then Chris butts in and he looks at you, Herchek, and he goes, "I heard that you saved one of the Owl's Insight, or the Order of the Owl's Insight expeditions. Even got them through the Incender Forest.
Did.
Just know that when our star-filled brilliance sweeps you off your feet, it is only out of honor for your nobility."
Something is wrong with this one.
That's just the way he talks.
And a breeze passes by, and some flower petals pass by as well, and Chris's hair sort of gets ruffled a little bit, and he smiles at you all, and you see the ding, the shine from the corner of his mouth. Very handsome dude compared to sort of like the grizzled aspect of Bobby.
Funky's breath was taken away.
Rolled high in his charisma.
He did.
Check. Asking if he has something in his teeth. Do you? Yeah.
Nobility.
So, Bobby, what's going on? What's the agenda?
All right, I suppose I'll spill out the rules for you all right, what we came up with. Hopefully it's agreeable to you. You will be infiltrating a location that we will create in the Belladonna system, a place I think you might be a little bit familiar with. We will set up our guards. It'll consist of myself, Chris over there, and Chris is like, he has already turned away from you guys and is just like swinging his sword. Hua! Hua! We've got Laura Nala over there. She's our bone breaker, and there's this giant woman, muscle bound, who's just like rippling muscles as sweat is dripping off of her elbows as she's taking one of the training dummies and just slams it down on her knee and throws it off.
That's impractical.
I'm super pale. There's sweat running on my forehead.
And then then we have Velmark over there. He'll be our resident magic user, helping us out here for a time. Part of the Celestial Order, and you see this dark figure walk out of the barrack walls, and he's almost very stereotypically like warlock, like dark robes, as dark as you can get away with for the whatever sort of dress code there is in the Celestial Order. And he's got his fingers up like this, and he's just like gnarly teeth and an awful beard, and he goes, "I am your opponent this time. You'll not get away from me, Oren's Obliterate." And then he goes, "All right, that's Velmark. Yeah, he's an old one, but I assure you he's up to the task to take on you lot. And then there's, of course, Celios, the one who helped orchestrate this whole thing. Bit of a sneaky fella. I suppose we'll meet him at the destination. Now, if you follow me, let's get this on the task. This is our day off, by the way. We tried not to let the rest of the guard know, because we like to safeguard our morale around here. The way we see it, if we win, the myth of Oren's Obliterate, the legend that holds you so high in the air, will be destroyed. Therefore, morale to all of our forces will take a hit. Unfortunately, we have to come to terms with that.
This is just training. We don't need to win.
Maybe
It's
you.
totally fine.
I think the meaning of this
Expected more of fighting spirit.
training has been lost. We're trying to better each other's forces by.
Of course, but imagine that we win, or imagine you win, against some of their captains. Training or not, these things hold weight. You should know this, Herchek, as many of our lads respect you. Were they to see your crushing defeat, inevitable crushing defeat, of course, I'm not sure they'd be able to trust in your knowledge anymore.
So are they trying to kill us?
They're not trying to kill you. No,
Realistic?
it is. It is. They're giving off an air of like competition, but friendly competition. Like, if you think about somebody who's been like defending this city for their whole lives, and then people who a month ago were relatively unknown and are now the heroes of the city, you're getting a little bit of like playful spite from them, but also they genuinely want to prove themselves, and they're also just goading you.
So saying Bone Crusher break a dummy's back over her leg was just a scare tactic.
That's just her being her.
Oh.
And as she sort of like, she picks up her great axe, hefts it over her shoulder, and as she's walking by the dummies, just like haymakering them down to the ground, like Spartan kicking another one, and just sort of leaving a mess of havoc in her wake.
Is there a dummy on the ground near me now?
Yeah, you guys are walking through a field of them.
I'm gonna get down on the ground and put the dummy in a headlock and look up at her and be like,
Roll a performance check, or Yeah, roll a performance check.
This is not good.
6.
She looks over at you and almost looks disgusted.
Good. Maybe it'll come off like I'm mocking her.
She walks away. And she continues to walk forward. Okay, you guys walk for...
I'd like to ask a question too.
Okay.
Bobby, the main one who we're talking to?
Bobby is the main one. And you also see two folks from the Harmony of Quakes walking with their eyes closed and their hands sort of in a meditative position behind you guys.
Bobby, who are these people who are following us?
Was that the original question you were going to ask?
It is not, but I have just...
I feel like you have new information and you changed what you were going to say. But anyway.
That's correct. I have another question.
No, they are part of the Harmony of Quakes. Their mastery over stone and structures and mountainous landscapes has given me an idea, and I've requested their help.
I guess I'll just have to wait and find out what that fully means.
It won't be long now.
As we're going, I'm gonna be taking out some tea, drinking some tea.
Good time for a tea drinking.
It'll make more sense later.
So are we just... I don't want to spoil the battle, but are we just facing off against the guard captains? Or are you laying out the full plan here?
Well, I figured I'd show you. Easier to display the situation that we've set before you than sort of break it down verbally.
All right. I'll wait until we see it then.
Have you ever heard of Capture the Flag?
Yes.
We will be the defenders, as we are the defenders of our city, and you will be the attackers, as you are the ones who have gone out and... I've come down with a sickness.
I offer some tea to Bobby.
Oh, it totally works. Oh, it's delicious tea. And you will be the attackers. It's about as simple as that. You'll understand more of the specific scenario when we get to the waterfall.
You got some water over there, DM.
I don't think I do. I'm a smart boy. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Anybody else doing anything on the walk?
Do you want to pause this so we can grab some water real quick?
That's okay. I think I got it out. Anybody? Okay. You guys start to notice the section of the Belladonna system more clearly as you're getting closer to it, and it's actually where you know Kunbara to meditate and train before her ascendance to queen. It was the waterfall with the pond, or falling into the pond with a few rocks in it, that you had found her before your adventures out of Orenbelle. And Bobby gets to it and he says, "Behold!" And he looks back to the members of the Harmony of Quakes, and they go to opposite sides of the pond, and they, do some Naruto hand motions, and then pound their chest with one hand, and as they pound it, they start to hum. Go, and they both say this at the same time, and you see the water start to sort of pulsate a little bit, and the stones that were just lightly sticking out of the water start to shake and rise up as water spills out and over them and down, and it rises up to reveal a structure, an old ruined structure.
You ask Pinky for your hammer back.
You can take that. Please.
Do you remember what
Thank
the
you.
other saying was instead of mango? What was the other one?
Okay, so let's see if this is comprehensible. So, this waterfall is still pouring down into this pond, but the pond has sort of this ruined structure in the center of it. The water from the waterfall still courses pretty quickly around the pond. I drew this in properly. There's actually 2 streams leaving the pond that the water is going through, and there is almost a middle island in the pond, about 60 feet in diameter. There is a wall elevated on one side, about 10 feet high. There are 2 other portions of walls towards the center. They're also elevated about 10 feet high, and there's a central structure that is elevated at its peak about 8 to 10 feet higher than the rest of the walls. And resting at the top of the highest portion of this central ruin is a little stone hut, a little bit broken down. And all of this is seen like, it's pretty much like it's been underwater for many hundreds of years. And this this black hole right here is just a statue of a woman who looks like Kunbara, but wearing something completely different, and sort of carries herself a bit more intensely than Kunbara. And Bobby says, he pretty much says, like, we will start in the center, we'll take up our positions, give us a few minutes to prepare, and then you all can, as soon as we give you the signal, can come in however you like. You can hide, you can rush in, you can do whatever you want. But know that we have taken some precautions to make this more defensible than it merely appears. Does anybody have any questions?
So where are we taking this flag to?
Just off of the away. Make it off of the platform and you win.
And what is the blue circle thing right here?
That is the fountain.
And did you say these are stairs?
Yeah, stairs leading.
Stairs. So which way goes up? Like, do I have to get on the staircase from down here, or like here, and then?
Let us make this more clear. There's a spiral staircase going up. And one bridge is down, the other bridge is not. Ha! Okay, any questions?
Yeah, so, sorry. The area around the circumference of this area, that is ground level?
Yeah.
And then the rest is sunken.
No, it's actually a bit higher than ground level.
So this wall right here is higher than the ground level.
Much higher.
Okay.
Yeah, like, sorry, this bridge is elevated. It's at an elevation of maybe just like 5 feet.
That wall's 10 feet higher.
And
Yeah, so this is 5 feet above ground level. The wall is 10 feet above that, and this is like 18, 20 feet above
Okay. Alrighty.
You guys.
And where are we?
Oh.
Sorry,
We
last
haven't
question.
started yet.
But where are we? And we're just
We're just playing.
You
around.
can put yourselves wherever you want.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Out. You,
He said wherever.
wherever you want that I had previously established.
You established this in whole battlefield. It's a minotaur.
Oh, I thought that was
Minotaur is the lady. I don't have
Statue?
Oh boy.
many other options. This will be Chris
What happened to the guy with the cups?
with the cups.
There was once like a miniature in the box that was a guy just shining a cup. Pretty much Melvin.
This is Celios.
Yeah, that's him right there. He's shining a cup.
Melvin!
who you
I knew
actually
we would come by.
don't see.
He's like, I'm gonna fight you. This cup right here, I'm gonna fight you. That guy is a
This
knob.
is the mage,
Really making good use of props.
and this is Bobby on the very top, above the entrance to the small little stone hut on top,
Bobby, you got a bent sword.
and a vagina.
I didn't
A
know.
plastic vagina. I've seen it underneath that.
Tell us more.
I'm sorry. I have to poop.
We will take a poop break. I suppose.
Why did you use your character voice?
What?
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Before that, really quickly, before everybody gets into position, after the ruins have risen out of the
And the
pond, Bobby goes up to you all and he says, "Now, we're willing to front a week's worth of our pay for this. If we win, you all get about 500 gold pieces.
If you win, we
I
get
like this
gold.
deal.
Yeah,
If-
that's good.
if you
I like
win-
that deal. We agree.
You get you win. Wait, did I say if we win?
You-
I always
you did.
mess that up for some reason. If you win, we'll front you about 500 gold pieces each. It's a little bit more than what we get in a week, but there's a point to be made here. Her check. Between you and I, whoever wins this gets a date with Kunbara. I've seen you. How you look at her. How you look up from the fancy mane.
She'll never follow you.
Well, we'll see.
I slice him down right now.
Wow.
Surprise attack.
I've come a long way to get to where I am, and she's the cornerstone of my inspiration. I owe so much to her, and she will be mine.
Well, I have you know, Bobby, that I got a kiss from her the other day, so let that fuel your
There's no
rage.
proving that.
I didn't watch. It's right there.
Well, bring it to the battlefield. The kiss, and I'll steal it.
Yep.
And with that, you guys break off into your respective areas.
Good
and
luck,
we will
Bobby.
Take a break. We'll see you back here in instantly.
I have to.
Do you really?
No.
Back in the action. Welcome back, SASANs. The match of Oren's Obliterate versus Oren's proper guards begins in a few moments. You guys do notice, looking at the scape now with them in their positions, that the two Harmony of Quake monks are still sort of in position. You can still hear this sort of low, constant hum. And there are actually, it looks like the bringing up this mass has taken some toll on the land. You can see some sort of tiny fissures in the grass around and even on the island itself. And you see sort of like rods sticking up on the corner right here, corner right there, and corner right here, corner right there. there are still fish swimming around in the pond, and there is like a collection of birds huddled around the fountain, just hanging along the corners of it.
Is the surface of the building still damp?
Still damp.
Like,
Yeah,
does it have
it's
like puddles and water and things like that?
it's got a little bit of that on it. Yeah.
Druid, your lightning would work.
I'm gonna test something. Is there like a rock next to me?
You can't. You cannot test anything. It's start and then you test, or, yeah.
We started.
Yeah, just let them know when you're ready. Put yourself in position. Tell me your status, and then we'll roll for initiative.
Do we want to start here?
At the top of the waterfall?
Actually, I suppose we'll roll for initiative when you have alerted them. Unless you are starting in plain sight, then we'll roll.
We'll roll for it.
Well, let's start playing, but not start going.
You guys, what if I, change into a mouse? Somebody puts me in their pocket. We walk in. I escape out of your pocket. Go up to an advantage point, and then morph back into Sunky, and then wreak havoc with those lightning bolts on the water.
Aren't we already in an advantage point? Can't you reach the water from here?
Well, fine. I guess I will.
Wait a minute. How far are we away from the battlefield right now? I mean,
Yeah, the thing, like this is going up, so we're probably right here. So like 5, 10, 15, 20, like 30, 35, 40, 40 feet.
45 feet because of the 30 down and.
so 45.
Oh, never mind. 15.
So I mean, your lightning could probably hit them from here. Just
Okay, I guess I'll stay.
bombard them before we get in there.
Ew!
That is not a bad idea.
Waterfall.
We need to conduct a 36-hour siege before we even attack.
I see you taking your time. Shut up! Just know, in a real situation, you'd have all the time in the world, I suppose. We'll make our rounds, you make yours.
Thanks.
But true warriors would have already planned their attack by now and executed it. Just saying.
Don't listen to him.
We've only just arrived. Don't let them pressure you into
That
attacking.
seems to have changed a bit.
Does anybody have sleeping spells? Like, do sleeping spells? Do you sleep? No.
No, I cast a lot of spells. You know that, Varkir.
Yes,
Tons of
yes,
spells.
with your constitution spells.
Mm-hmm.
I only have feigned death, but they have to be willing.
Don't you do have to touch us to heal us?
I have Artemis.
Because
fly,
if you're casting lightning,
fly above
Only
the
if I
thing.
do
Just
mass
not
cure
above it, right?
wounds.
Okay.
I mean, not if I do.
Really, he's probably
mass
on the
cure
same level as us since we're higher than them, but he's just.
And
Let us know if you
And I
see.
kind of get down like a. What do you call it? Like the crossed legs position? I don't know what that's called.
Where do you get down in the cross legs position?
Aren't we right next to the water? Like, I'll just.
Okay.
And I close my eyes and I look through Artemis's eyes. I'm like,
as he's doing that, I just go, Melibrius on a rock.
Is that the weapon that you're using?
No, I took the T.
Yeah, I know. Is that the weapon that you're
Oh,
using?
no, why would I? No. Using the Starlight Conqueror.
Oh, yeah. That's ineffective.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's good.
You remember that only a member of the Harmony of Quakes and has gone through the vigorous training and mastery that they have around Earth itself can command pure and raw Earth. What the T allows you to command is like the purified essence of Earth in those yellow crystals, which you don't see around here.
What do your eagle eyes tell you, Varkir?
I don't know. What do I see? Do I see
Literally everything that I just told
everything that he
You-
just told us?
Let's go.
He said one is hiding. Maybe you could try and spot him.
I
You
don't
wouldn't
have,
be able to do that
I-
until the match
I
starts.
don't have true seeing, so I can't.
Oh.
I can't see.
You guys are planning your tactics now, putting yourselves into position, and then we go start.
Okay. Would anybody else like to go in stealthily with me?
I can't. I could cause a distraction.
I have no stealth. All I can do
Okay.
is I can have Artemis follow you.
I was gonna stay up here from a distance and cast lightning.
I can have Artemis stay on your
You should be
shoulder
close
for
to
a
us.
while.
You
Okay,
should be
maybe-
in the distance behind us. Varkir and I could go forward over the bridge as you stealth in as we cause the distraction, and Thuggy, you stay like 10 feet behind us casting fire bolts. Or lightning bolts.
I guess I call Artemis back and I have him like land on Crow's back and just like flatten himself almost like.
Kind of looks like a crow on your crossing your shoulder blades and back, and sort of like the tail fans out about mid back across your spine.
Like we're ready. Artemis will join you. I can't join you. I have no stealth.
Are you on your horse?
No, I told you I was leaving my horse behind.
Okay.
Is there any way that I can use Artemis here in combat,
As
or is
long
that
as
on
long
you?
as you can make him touch somebody, I can cast a spell through him. Like if you can like have him touch a guard that's maybe behind you or something, I can just can shock him or something.
So is it okay if I grab Artemis off my back and slap him on something?
Gently.
Oh.
If you do it hard, he will die.
Gently.
So just like you could like say like I don't know a code word. What code word did Quintuplus have for you? I don't know the man's name.
Shazam.
It's Cumentus.
Cumentus, yes, Cumentus. And what
Quintuplet.
what things did he have? You what safe words did he have? Like banana or something? I don't know. Just say attack and Artemis will
Yeah,
attack.
I was gonna go with attack.
Just say attack. Artemis will attack. You
Okay.
need to update
For
your
future
firmware.
reference, just so you know what Cumentus's attack word is execute order 66.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
That's long. Execute order 66.
That means I was a weapon of betrayal.
Are we doing this?
Okay, so I will stealth around to this gate, as it looks like the only entrance where I may be able to stealth over to on the. You
Where are you starting?
have the nautical directions here. Do you? Can we use north in this conversation?
Actually, can you jump?
Northeast, southwest.
How far can you? How far
Yeah,
can
it
you,
wouldn't exactly be this oriented this way, but I don't think that nuance matters. You can just
Like we
use
just
north.
say-
Yeah.
Towards you
The
is
waterfall will be east.
How far can you jump?
The bridge that is down is the north section. The bridge that is drawn up is the south section, and then the wall that covers the majority is the western section portion.
How far can you
Sort of
jump, Crow?
Verbal description to
Jump roll.
how far can you jump?
Because if you can do it stealthily, I could triple your jump distance for you.
Well, I can already jump pretty high. I don't know that.
Tripled.
Do it.
Triple.
Just do it.
You could jump from here to there.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Crow, I think you should go this side as we cause the destruction from the other side.
And then jump over. Hand Artemis the flag,
And then
he'll
come
fly
up.
away.
But I would like to attack stealthily first.
Yeah, you'll come up behind them as we're going in from the front. They won't expect you.
Okay.
So, would you like to jump further than you ever jumped before?
Would you just cast it on him?
Yeah, do it.
Reach in my bag and pull out some Nikes.
Wow.
Snap.
Nike Air.
Still got those boots of speed that never were put onto anybody.
Oh yeah, you still have those actually. You
I do.
have to give them to him if you want. But I go like this, put my hand on your shoulder, go hey, and then cast a spell. Cast jump.
Hey.
Oh, something seemed to have come over me. What are you doing later?
For 1 minute, your jump distance is tripled.
I feel like I need to do some math on that one.
Did you just cast that?
Yes. So go.
So now it's
Times 5?
Okay, we're
Yeah.
going. apparently.
All right.
All right.
Wreak havoc, boys.
Just let me know when you want me to stop you. Answer.
Okay, who is rolling stealth and who is not?
I'm not.
I am.
Roll stealth.
We're off to a good start.
13.
Wow.
Yep. Actually, Bobby is just focused on her check and their group. You just hear sort of like the ground quake. And the large, like 6'8" tall, muscle bound, maybe like 5 feet wide girl or woman of the guard with her giant axe is just looking at you. Like you try and sort of like skirt from bush to bush, and she just like is looking directly at you each time. Now that everybody's out in the open, let's roll initiative.
Who was the 13? What is a successful stealth roll?
A successful stealth roll beats something's passive perception. In which case...
That's 10. I got a 10 for it.
I got a 3.
A 3?
Yep.
How is
Oh
that
wait,
I have
possible?
initiative. I mean, I have advantage on initiative rolls. Natural 20.
Wow.
That's how you do it.
Can you make it so like confetti goes up like on birthday party when I rolled the natural 20?
Yay! One of these days, I'm sure. I'm actually sorry. the barbarian girl, not a barbarian, but like she's pretty much barbaric, doesn't actually notice you. But Bobby looks around with his hand to his brow and goes, "Keep your eye on that one," and just points at you. And then she goes over and just watches you. Because his passive perception is pretty good. All right, I'm gonna write the initiative order down here. 25 or 20 to 25.
Natty. Ice.
Uh, 15 to 20.
15.
17.
17.
$10 to 15.
10.
Is that going to help you being on the other side of the DM screen?
Maybe not.
Want me to write it like over here?
You can write it just on the other side of your DM screen.
Put it in a notepad on your.
Just so you guys know, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. B.
Looks like a weird heart.
Well, look how he's writing.
I missed
Like a savage. Bop. And bow.
Okay. Can somebody read off what I just wrote down? What really? Hold on 1 second.
Her M Crow Dunk CV, then 2 other ones.
Bob and what the fuck is that? A heart and an H.
All right. Her check.
M. Crow. Hunky.
Mandork.
C.
Mandark.
V. Bob. Heart symbol. H.
Sound like some weird code.
No, it sounds like weird code, Remy.
Okay, her check. What are you doing? You are now up as they spotted they spotted Crow, and the mage sort of shoots off 5 light globules in the air, and they just combine into one, and then like a firework sort of glide down the landscape, and then you see him move his hand, and they slowly fade, initiating the start.
I am going to, Ender, if you could ever so coolly move my character forward and then cross to the bridge. And as I cross the bridge, I step through this storm and I rage with the Starlight Conqueror in hand. And I'm going to attack the lizard.
Chris, who's holding a
Recklessly.
broadsword with one hand and a shield with the other.
Cold-blooded fool.
That's a natural 19 for the first one. 17. So natural 19 and natural 17. So a lot.
Both hit.
Of course they do. Oop. I don't know why I'm rolling this. I gotta pull out the good old Starlight Conqueror because it's 2d6. 8. 14, 16.
Oh crap! I forgot to roll for Artemis.
17.
Does Artemis have a separate?
Yeah, he takes a separate turn from me,
10,
which is really weird. What is his initiative?
17 for the first hit, and wow, 17 damage for the first hit, 19 damage for the second hit. I worked, yeah, nice. My attack rolls were my damage
17
roll.
and 19?
Yeah.
Wow, he got better than me.
20, 38, or 36
Artemis got a
points
14.
of damage.
And I'm gonna smile in Chris's face.
So he's like.
Oh yeah, and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you can't do that.
Oh
You say you're raging?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good call. Totally forgot about that.
Okay, next up is as you run across the bridge up the planks leading to the higher ground, you see Chris almost like peeking out excitedly from the corner, and your speed takes him off guard. He wasn't expecting that. And you sort of like shoulder check into him. He uses his shield, sort of like deflects you around, and you swing around and slash into across his armor, and then up. Just like 2 quick slashes with the Starlight Conqueror, leaving sort of golden echoes in its wake. And next up is, all right, we'll see. Herchek, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Of course.
As the mage. Actually, no. Yeah, he'll go up here, and he'll just peek over the stairs, and you see
14.
this just like almost perfectly like tapering cylindrical black staff with a red ruby on top peek over the corner, and you hear these mutterings, just sort of like almost like horrifyingly echo inside of your mind, and you fail, unfortunately, and you are now confused. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point around you must succeed. Must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. So we'll get to that when the time comes. And they are going to... are they going to move back down? Who knows? Sorry, 1 second. got no. Can't do any bonus actions, so he's just going to. Actually, he's gonna stay right there. Next up is Crow. You're up.
Boy.
You can try and stealth again.
Yeah, actually, that might be better than.
But know that. Okay, so we'll say the first 6 seconds started. That was the opening round of you guys getting into position because he cast it on you. This is the next 6 seconds. It lasts for a minute.
Is Artemis still on my back?
Yeah, he's still on your back. What did Artemis get?
Oh, we got a 13.
13 will be after Thunky.
Can you run while stealth?
Yeah, you can. But the sound that you, I guess sound is still a thing, but visual is not actually, no, if you're stealth, you're taking everything into consideration. So you've got all of your movement and you're just stealth.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna roll another stealth check. I'm gonna get behind that bush.
Do you have anything that makes it not a bonus act or not a main action? Because then you'd only have a bonus action left, which would be fine if you're okay with
What
that.
about movement?
You can't sacrifice movement to do a stealth check.
I thought I have an action and a movement.
I thought I have action and movement.
Oh yeah. Sorry. If you do a stealth check and nothing makes it a bonus action, then it's just taking away your action. You still have movement and a bonus action.
Okay. I would like to do another stealth check.
Okay, go for it. Thunky, you after
My God.
Crow.
Do you have advantage on?
16. No.
16. Okay. Oh, what do you want to do? You don't know if they see you or not.
I'd like to move into that bush closest to me. And then, how fast is the water moving?
The water it's got a pretty thick current. It would be very hard to swim against it.
I'm gonna try to back up. And go. How high is the island again?
5 feet higher.
I'm gonna try to run and clear the gap. To the left.
Okay,
But to the left?
because you are stealthed does not mean that you are invisible. So if you jump across, you will be in plain view.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you jump on the corner, like on the ledge. Does that make sense?
I mean, it was 5 feet up, so that's kind of what I was going for, but...
Oh, so you want to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make...
You want to be right here or more or different?
You can jump across easy enough, but you need to make an athletics check to see if you can hold on well enough.
And then that will be the end of my turn.
All right. Okay.
12.
Okay, you you slap yourself against the wall, and you just barely manage to hold on. Your fingers sort of slide down a little bit, and then you dig your thumbs in and press your body against the wall, and sort of dig your heels into the. You find purchase with your feet.
So ends my turn.
Okay. Funky's gonna run up and stand 2 spaces to the left of her chick.
That's not Thunky.
How dare you?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as you can.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I would like to cast a lightning bolt on Bobby?
On Bobby?
Is the one in the center?
Yeah, he's the one in the center.
Yeah, we're gonna cast lightning bolt on Bobby.
Oh shit!
Okay. Do you roll or does he roll?
He rolls.
Dexterity?
Yeah. He has speed of 16.
Just barely beats it. As you throw out your hand in front of you, your target in focus, you notice that the blue streak of lightning actually separates as it comes out of your hand. Half of the portion aimed at Bobby, and the other half starts arcing and connecting to the beam, the pole sticking out of the corner by the mage right here. As it separates, and half of it goes to Bobby, half of it goes to the pole, and he takes half damage. So it's a fourth of your total damage.
A fourth of it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's 11 half. So like 5? 6?
Yeah, 5.
Well, that's not great.
Okay, next up, Artemis.
I guess Artemis is just going to peek over Crow's shoulder, look around, and put his head back under, seeing he's not needed at that moment because he can't do anything really right now.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's it. He's gonna hold his action.
Plus, okay. Okay, so Chris looks at you with excitement in his eyes, and he says, "I was told to believe that you are the villains of this encounter, so I will slay thee!" And he arcs his sword up. He's faster than you would think with a sword as large as his.
I deflect it.
It is smaller than the sword you wield, of course.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna ask that earlier. I was like, is it bigger than mine?
What's your armor class?
14.
Hits, misses, hits. As he slices across your right shoulder and then brings his sword around, and you sort of duck out of the way, using your forearm to sort of like bat his arm to the side, and he spins around and thrusts forward, getting in between your ribs. Now I need to roll damage.
Don't you fucking roll those PAX dice.
Get him up out of here. The first attack does...
Make sure to add the strength.
18 points of slashing damage.
So 9.
Oh yeah, you're raging.
Duh.
The second attack does 14 points of slashing damage.
7.
Yeah, and the other attack misses, and he keeps up his defensive position around you. Both of you sort of focusing on each other. His gaze averts slightly towards Thunky's incursion. And next up is
Varkir!
yes, Varkir.
Oh, it's me. Okay, then wait, I can.
Come join us in the fray.
Are each one of those 5?
Hmm?
Are each one of those squares 5?
Yes.
Right, so can I go like past y'all and get to try and get to like the wall next to the wizard? So like right, I think I can make it to about here. I think is that right or no?
5, 10, 15, 30. Yep.
No, so I have 10 more feet then.
Oh yeah, 40 feet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get right next to him.
He's up above.
Oh, he's up above.
Yeah, he's up above you right now.
Then I
on the
am
platform above
going
you.
to
We need to be
use
next.
Witch Bolt on him, I guess.
We discussed being next to each other.
Well, this sorcerer guy keeps on, you know, throwing stuff at people, so.
Witch Bolt, okay.
Alright, so it's a roll to attack. So I roll d20 to attack. I will roll magic. Come on, big money, no money. Psh, yeah, that's a 1 plus, yeah, a 1. So the spell fails.
A 1.
It's a
Okay, yeah, he turns his ruby staff down towards your witch bolt and actually intercepts it with the ruby top of it and just collects it and shoots it off into the sky in another direction.
That's my spell. No, I only have very few.
Does
of
it have to
those.
connect in order for you to have a continuous pulse?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that
So
spell's gone.
it just gets wasted. Yeah, it's like
You do have your bonus action.
My bonus action, I will. Ooh, wait, what do I have? Actually, I have this, don't I? I'm going to. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm done. I'm gonna. Defensive position. We're good.
You could probably spit on his shoe
No,
at that level.
defensive position.
Say some witty comment.
Defensive
Call him a
position.
peasant. Call him a
You
peasant.
thought.
Okay. Bobby is going to thrust his lance into the air, and you see sort of small flecks of snow start to fall around his the tip of his lance, and he starts to strike it through the air, creating lines of a connecting constellation, and that is going to be his turn.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Next
Interrupt.
up is the lady, the warrior. Where the hell? Okay, thanks. And why am I putting that there? Jeez, there's just no good place for that. And she is going to. She's not too smart, so she's going to go up to the edge, and she's going to hold her. Actually, she's going to try and look around for you.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat. Don't even trip, dog.
I am water.
She's gonna trip. And
You see her take the axe and just slowly raise it to her forehead and stick it above her brow and peer out. And sort of like even look
Blood.
in the water, but on the opposite side, and you start to see blood trickle down her her face and drop from her chin as she has slightly inserted the axe into her forehead.
Wow.
1 point of damage.
that's a badass
Real
right there. I think I
It's
found my new
vulnerable.
love. Sweat Kunbara.
Snoo,
Let me
snoo.
get at this girl.
Snoo, snoo.
Next.
Picks you up out of the water and runs away.
Know what to do with this wood. All would you say?
Farkir, you hear this whisper come from the side of your ear, and you hear, I'm sorry. And
held my reaction.
blade gets. You don't have a reaction. What is your reaction? What can you use?
Elbow.
Yeah.
It's the people as elbow.
And this blade gets inserted in between the space of your armor.
You can't sneak up on me.
That is true.
I
He has a
have
feat.
my feet said you can't sneak up on me no matter even if you're unseen by me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called alert.
Then no.
He already did it. You have
I know he already did it, but I'm double checking that feat. I'm not sure if alert.
Oh, well, it's-
Yeah, unfortunately,
Read it
I
off,
think that's
Remy.
incorrect.
Sorry, it is correct. You have the same thing.
Yes.
it says
No, but
alert.
I'm familiar with
You
it.
gain a bonus. You gain a 5+ plus bonus to initiative. You can't be surprised while you are conscious, and other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you. No matter if they're invisible or not.
Still get sneak attack because it's not surprise. Surprise is at the top of the is before
So that's
the
a
match starts.
Sneak attack.
It is, yes.
no
It is a
advantage.
stealth attack. There's no advantage, which he didn't need, but you still hear the sort of almost like fear-induced sorry from the guard who started all of this as he almost like slowly inserts the blade into it. We'll just say he doesn't do a second attack because he wasted his time just like hands shaking, which isn't helping the attack. It might add to the sneak attack
For my
damage.
reaction, can I just grab the blade?
You do what reaction is that?
It's trying to stop the blade from inserting itself. Like, shit! I can't help it. Stab him. In the back.
Slowly.
Like a coward.
Damn it. Shnikes.
Is this how
I really
Oren's-
need more room.
Is this
here.
how Oren's guards operate? Stab people in the back? Villains.
Due to one of its own feats, you automatically just take the full damage. It's only a d6 plus 3, so you take 9 points of damage, and an extra 46
What? Why extra 4d6?
because it's sneak attack damage.
Why'd you have to go so far away to do a witch bolt?
Because I can't do it over through a wall.
Makes sense.
22 points of damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, really?
Don't you fucking use that blue one again. Oh, it's also bad.
Up, cocked. Oh, I'm gonna roll it off this time.
It's an 18.
18.
Nice.
Okay, so you take 22 points of, I think, piercing damage. It's either 22 or 23. We'll go with 22 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage. As you notice that
Who
the
is
blade,
this
it's
guy?
not the, it's not just a regular blade that's been inserted inside of you. It starts to get warm and starts to then turn into this hyper focused stinging sensation that then courses throughout your veins in your midsection. But it's a good thing that you have, for some reason practiced against such poisonous methods, and it doesn't come across your entire section or your entire persons. Okay, Herchek, you're up now. The top.
Do I see?
Oh, and then he. What am I using? He uses a bonus action to run away and hide.
Is he invisible or what the?
No, you just didn't see him.
How did I not? What? How did I not see him?
So he just came out and he was like, sorry.
Like, a
And then
big
he's
open
like,
area, and I didn't see anybody.
Yes, exactly.
I am going to see Bobby casting this big stars, and I am going to use Red Tempest's handle on him, the Pillar of Lightning. It's 30 feet.
Okay.
Chop. He has to make a DC. You didn't say if it was Dex or anything. Let's just go with Dex.
It's usually Dex.
Let's go with Dex then. 15. Did he make it? Oh, okay. So
Because otherwise it's half damage, isn't it?
yeah. Well, you didn't say. Yeah, you didn't say. But
Is it roll to attack, or is it... Need to fix this thing. DC 15. Oh, yeah, that just means that it's not roll to attack.
So did he make it then?
We'll see. What?
2, 5, 5, and then what was it? Another one? 3d6. So No, 14, 17 points of.
Where do you get the 17?
Well, actually, it's more because it's 1d4 plus 5, 3d6.
Oh, okay.
9, 19, 21.
I'm still confused how that works. But it's your pillar, as soon as it manifests in the air, it separates into two smaller pillars and is collected by the rod next to the mage. And the full 10 damage gets pulsed down on Bobby, and he is going to roll a concentration check. And you see Bobby look at you with the handle, and this smirk just goes across his face, and he looks at you like, nice try.
Well, then that will end my turn.
Crow, you are after the mage, which is next. Oop. And, oh, I'm sorry. Your turn, actually, wow, I forgot. You're confused. You need to roll a d10.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Okay. 7.
7. Let's see what
All of that.
happens with a 7. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there's no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing on its turn. So Thunky and roll a d20. A 10 and below is Thunky. Higher than that is
Natural 20.
God.
Yep.
that
boys.
doesn't count as the attack.
That's bullshit.
That is to decide who you attack. Now
Oh,
roll to
boy.
attack.
Oh my god. Do I get a full attack on him? Like, do I go through my
Creature
full
uses
action?
its action to make a melee attack against one attack. So, but you would use everything else. I'm sorry, just attack once.
Okay. 6, 7, 11.
2 hit.
Yeah.
Misses. As Bobby can see your distracted face, and I'm sorry, Chris can see your distracted face.
13.
Chris can see your distracted face, and effortlessly just dodges to the side, and almost just throws his shield up just in case. Okay.
But does the pillar go still?
The pillar doesn't know because you are confused.
How do I break this confusion?
The affected target attempt for reason choose must succeed. Spell. At the end of its turn, you make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. Oh, 10. So no, man, fucking wisdom.
You should know that this is your weakness. You've known this is your weakness for the longest time now.
How do? Yeah, I can just beat it. Oh yeah, I'll just beat it.
What would Varkir do?
For that, he would probably stay away from everybody.
The mage is going to look at you.
Who's you?
Varkir, and he is going to just like, and he's gonna run up the stairs and put a circle to his mouth and
He already
blow
up the
this
stairs?
cold. Huh?
Isn't he already up the stairs?
He's like near the top, but he's not fully up the stairs, and he's going to do he's going to blow a cone of cold at Herchek and Thunky. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. I'm sorry, Constitution saving throw, Herchek and Thunky.
Natural 18. So 20, like 22.
21. Fuck your snowstorm.
3, 10, 17, 21, 28, 33, 34. 34 points reduced to 17. What'd you get?
21.
Reduced to 17. as this impossibly chilled breeze flies out of his mouth and courses over you. You feel the fur on your armor start to sort of solidify, and you feel your skin start to tighten up. But in your sort of like currently crazed and confused nature, you don't even know what's going on, and the intent on Chris and Bobby in front of you pull you through this confused intent. And yeah, same happens to you. Thunky. Crow, you're up. Then Thunky. Then Artie.
Okay, question. Can I move from where I'm at? To the mage.
It'll take you 10 movement to get up,
You can you can't triple jump anywhere, can you?
unless you have a feat that says your climbing movement is the same as your speed. Then it'll just be 5.
Wait, has it been a minute? Yeah, it's been a minute.
No, it hasn't been a minute.
Oh, yeah, you can still jump.
And
anywhere.
Actually, I suppose, yeah, if you have jump cast on you, we'll just say that it costs 5 and you just hop up.
But like I know you do like weird counting for diagonals. So how?
No, I just took that out. Normally it's 10, but it doesn't make sense, so it's 5.
Okay.
5 for every square.
Let me count this out. 5 to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I can't make it. Okay.
But you're
Wait,
really
Magnus,
close.
can you put the dude that's behind Remy?
Apparently he ran
No,
away.
he ran away.
Like a bitch. Run back to us, Remy.
Can you make it?
Getting that.
No, okay, so I fuck the mage. I would like to pop out of the off the side of the wall right there where I was clinging on to.
Just grab her and throw her.
I'm saying fuck stealth, and I'd like to just basically
Whoa.
charge at the monstrous female thing
Okay.
over there, and
Taking her
attack
on.
with my scythe
Alright. Wow.
twice, and then I would like to use Fury of Blows for 1 key point.
Okay, go ahead and make 2 attack rolls, and then is it a total of 5 attack rolls?
I think it's actually 4 attack rolls because Fury of Blows is
Is it 2?
2. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So do these.
The metal ones will be the scythe. Natural 20 and hold up. And 21.
Natural 20 and 21?
Yeah. Wow. And natural 20. Yeah. And a 9.
Natural 20. So natural 20. Do your
Well-
2 normal attacks first.
I did. One was a natural 20.
No, I'm
the-
saying do your damage for them.
Okay.
Remy, what you should do if you're going after the mage, tackle him off.
That's what what else I was gonna do? Like,
I don't know.
Trying to get him
I don't know
down
your
there.
plan. You're not following our plan.
There was no plan.
There,
Okay.
what do you mean
so I
there was
got a
no
There
plan?
was no plan.
Stick
No plan.
together.
That wasn't a plan.
9
I was just saying stick
and a
together.
7.
It's like we stick together.
9 damage and
Nobody
7
agreed
damage?
on that.
Yeah.
With
We
a
just
natural
stick
20?
together.
Good.
So do
gotta
I
actually
double
have
just
agreement.
one of them or double them combined?
Double just one of them.
Okay. Then 17 total.
17 total? 17 total for 1 attack or for...
So the 2 scythe attacks, 17 total.
including critical damage?
Yes.
Okay.
I
then-
know, it's low.
And then
Just
roll,
rub it in.
And then roll
Okay.
for
Wrote it down for future reference.
Well, yeah, you can't just
roll
say
for
do this. I'm not
the
gonna
other
do
the
it.
other 2 attacks.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Remy needs to literally agree to plans.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
if-
I have a
if you-
note to
if you-
beat up Varkir.
If you just say do this, it's like
Beat up
Why would I just
13.
say yes? I'm not gonna say yes
13
to something
for
I
the,
know I can say it.
The other fear blows, the unarmed strikes.
It's like, oh,
Okay.
we'll debate this. Then we can debate it.
But you have to literally say something to debate it.
We started
if
before
you
you did.
didn't-
It was like start, stick together. Like
You have a voice from me. Fucking.
And
use
then
it.
I would like to run behind this wall.
They'll get an attack of opportunity.
So?
Okay. You take the scythe, open it up, and then slash down. And as you come down, you elbow into their chest, and then slash up. And then as the scythe's blade exits their chest, you punch into the wound. Blood falling into the water and getting washed away. Ah! She's not happy. Oh, and then she is going to make an attack against you.
these guys are far above us, though. They have 3 attacks.
What's your armor class?
18.
Probably not. Wow, just hits. 14 points of damage as the axe blade clips your shoulder on your way out. And you've had a very bad experience with super heavy hitting attacks just slamming into your back as you're not looking at them. Remember the giant Brontosaurus pound?
I remember.
Okay, next up, Thunky. Did you take that damage down?
Yeah, 49.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. Thunky, your turn is up, but as you're looking around your at your surroundings, you start to hear a rumble again, and the ruins start to shift higher into the air. And I want Crow and Varkir to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dexterity. Wait, let's do that.
As you see the floor break away from your side, Thunky.
What?
Yeah, the floor crumbles from beneath your
Well,
or just behind you.
So that's all water now?
Yes, as the statue gets raised, and this portion, the front portion of the battleground is breaks apart and falls down, revealing stone wall, and a wall. Actually, no. Yeah, that's fine. The ground beneath you guys gets almost stays where it's at, and then ruin walls come in. How to draw this? Spiral staircase goes up, the fountain raises, the walls raise and get higher, and these stairs go down on both sides. I don't know if that makes sense.
so it goes down into nothing?
Yeah, it pretty much goes down into the water. So what did you get on your dexterity saving throw?
12.
What did you get on your dexterity saving throw? As the land beneath your feet crumbles away and falls into the water, as water fills in and pushes the rubble out around, you guys are almost, depending on your roll, swept away.
11.
11. Just barely do you feel the ground fall beneath your feet before you can manage to climb onto... just grab onto the walls, and you feel the water just like pushing against your feet, with again the sort of another quick, fast current. Thunky, you're up.
I'm casting lightning bolt on the mage. That's the mage, right? The one with the staff.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. It rolls dexterity.
Yeah.
Fails.
Perfect. 31 points of damage.
Wow.
Casting it at a level 4.
Okay, 31 points of damage is it actually, since the mage is directly in between you and the pole, the rod sticking out behind him, it thrusts itself through the mage and connects to the pole, making it almost like a surefire hit. Before your electrical energy runs out of your hand, it crosses the.
Is he stepping in a
terrain.
puddle?
No, unfortunately not. Next up, Artie,
Wait,
Artemis.
What?
Oh, you've got your bonus action movement.
I would like to move to the bottom of the stairs to the. What is it?
You'll get an opportunity attack.
I do?
Yeah, Chris will attack you.
Oh, he gets an opportunity
Yeah,
attack.
sorry. More accurate to say.
Okay. That's fine. I don't really have a choice.
So 5, 10,
Wait, I'm sorry. No, yeah, okay, never mind. I get it.
20. You have 15 more feet. Do you want to go up any direction or around any direction? So this leads up here. These lead up on these walls. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would like to go up that spiral staircase.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay.
And he gets an opportunity attack. Chris, I release you. It's a natural 20.
Well, it's a good thing my armor class is 16.
That's, yep. Yeah. 2d6 plus. Actually, you know what? 3, 6, 9 plus 5, 13. I'm sorry. 9 plus 5, 14. 28 points of slashing damage as it looks as though he's engaged with her check, and he just goes, "Halt! Where are you going?" and slashes down, slicing across your back and down your right thigh, as you are now dripping blood on your way up the stairs.
As I'm dripping blood, I'm gonna call out to my team. Remember our safety word! As I'm basically failing myself.
That was for you!
Attack?
The other one.
Artemis is up.
Please!
So Artemis is just going to. Just stay on Crow's back.
Okay. Chris is going to make another 3 attacks on you, her check. But shit you not, first one's a natural 20.
Gosh.
It's okay, second one's a 1. And the next one definitely hits you.
Using the mammoth dice, she's cheating. Cheating with mammoth dice. And Pax dice.
14. 28 points of damage, reduced to 14. And then he can't quite get the sword out of the flesh of your body, so he uses that turn getting it out, and then he brings it down, arcing, swiping across your vertically across your midsection for the next one, and Jesus, 11, 15. Reduced to 7 points of slashing damage for the next one, and yeah, that's his turn. Next up is Varkir.
So can I jump? Can I up the stairs, up the staircase, or no?
Yeah, it should be easy enough.
I'm like,
You're not like climbing anything, but it'll take double your movement to get up. If that makes sense. So you use 10 to get to, push yourself up.
yeah, so 10 right there. Then 5. And then, I've Well, I thought Funky left, so damn.
Huh?
I could just do a Bowser and grab the mage and jump into the water with him.
You very well could.
No. I'm going to
Do it.
try and attack the mage with a. I'm just gonna slash him twice with my sword, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Plus 7 is 15 for the first one. Then
Hits him.
the other one is 18 for the next one.
Both hit.
Yay! So then that's 46 basically. Ugh. 46 plus 6. So that is
4, 7, 10, 11.
plus 6 is
17.
17 points of damage.
As you're just like battering him, but what's your primary sword? Longsword?
It's a great sword.
Great sword. As you're sort of slashing him from side to side, clearly cleaving through his robes, he just goes, "What's the matter? Couldn't master any magic."
Damn.
Nitty. And you have your bonus action.
Can I push him?
Getting ambitious.
Alright, for my bonus action, I guess I will just block.
That's not a
Like,
bonus action,
I
but
don't know what to do, but for a bonus action, I mean,
all
I
right.
guess I can. I'll heal myself 10 points of healing.
Can you do that with your bonus action?
That's an action. Never mind. Yeah. Nope.
Okay. Bobby streaks through the air, snow falling off of his lance, connects the constellation together, and it again sort of pulses into the air and fades, and then Varkir, Herchek, and Thunky, roll a Constitution saving throw. As large snowflakes start to fall around in the radius centered around you all. And in the reflection of all of these different snowflakes, you see this very elegant angelic figure skating through the landscape, but you can only see it through the reflection of the snowflakes. And as they hit the ground, as they melt into the land around you, these very beautiful women form out of snow and sort of hold their hand up to your cheek and kiss you on the forehead, and you feel this cold essence. What did you all roll?
16.
16?
21.
Okay, make it, fail. Jesus.
Wow.
And you feel this coldness pulse from the kiss and cascade down your body, and your muscles freeze up and lock into place, as you are now frozen for the round. When it comes to your turn, you can try and break it. Thunky, you...
The whole person.
Well, the DC is so high because there's no fucking damage. But you feel this, and you're not even attracted by the girl in front of you. You're already married. You're a taken woman, and you just like smack the snow woman away, and all of the others that are growing around you. You sneeze it out. And the barbarian girl.
She got up that stairs, what do you think? Or she just bottom stairs?
She's on the lower stairs. She's going to hold her action if anything comes into play, and the... I'm sorry, Varkir. The rogue can only make it to you. Is going to automatically get a
Again, he's just there.
critical on you. You see him creep around actually, you don't see him because you're faced away. But it's being stealth. Like you just don't perceive him. He's that good. He's sticking to the corners, sticking to the shadows, sticking to like the levels of view that you can actually make out. And yeah, he's going to automatically hit and do maximum damage with his blade, which is 6, the most amount of damage. 6 plus 9 is 9 again, plus sneak attack. And roll a Constitution saving throw again. 4, 10, 12, 15. So 24 points of damage, and you take the full 3 points of poison damage.
So is that altogether?
31.
Wow, okay, dang. Maybe you shouldn't have made these guys such a high level.
Maybe you should have stuck with the group.
Look who the group's stuck with right now. Where's this big group put together?
And yeah, you hear this meek, like, I'm not picking on you, I swear. As you hear the crunch of the ice formed around your skin as it penetrates into a similar spot and pulses the poison out, and he just like takes it back and runs away. But he like trips down the stairs, and you can obviously hear him like huffing and puffing. So he tried to sort of like cover himself with the cloak and go into the shadows again, but you just see him skulk away.
None of them are damaged at all.
And there's where he is, and then her check, you're up. Make a, you can either do...
Yeah, I either got to break.
Strength. We'll do strength.
Okay. 10 and a 4, so is a saving throw?
Yeah.
19.
How do you have a plus 9 to your saving throws? Well, actually, I guess that makes sense. Oh, plus proficiency. Then yeah, you break it. The cracks form along the entirety of your skin, and you just like like ripping a shirt off. Just the ice sort of explodes off you, and then like snowflakes melts down towards the ground.
I forgot to add proficiency to all those rolls. Whatever.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it? And that is your turn.
Can I try to break confusion? Do I need to roll confusion?
Let's see what else breaks or can break confusion. Well, at the end of your turn, yeah, try to do it again.
14.
Doesn't break confusion. Next up is her check, and then the mage is going to do anything to... Okay. He's going to and you see him like put his legs down over the wall and sort of like slide himself down with the staff still on top, and just like drops, and you hear foolish little sorry excuse for a mage. And he goes into this corner over here, and he is going to cast
He talking shit on himself?
no, he's talking shit on Varkir.
Wow.
I'm not a mage.
But he doesn't know that. He just saw you try and cast a spell. He's just gonna heal himself. Okay, Crow, you're up.
Sorry, I kind of need to figure out what's... So I'm on the side of this this staircase, right?
Yeah.
Like clinging on.
Mm-hmm. It'll use...
And ogre
it
lady.
still hasn't been a minute.
Yeah.
She's around you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hop up here. So that's 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna run this way. I'm gonna run up the staircase along the wall here. This is the area that's confusing. I want to try and attack the mage. Is it possible?
You can jump over easily. That won't take anything. But the space that you need, and he is on like the tip of the steps leading up, which would be about.
Oh, so I have to go this way.
Yeah, which would be about 10 feet below you. Well, no, you could also just like look down.
This is on a lower level than up here.
No, that's a higher level.
Yeah, this is a higher level. She's on the lower level.
No, she's on a higher level.
Oh, she just jumped
Yeah.
up there?
She's like guarding that staircase
Sorry, and
because she didn't see where people went.
you said that he's on a higher.
No, he's lower than
The
you.
mage is on a
He's
lower
about
level?
10 feet lower than you. You'd be able to like just look over this staired
yeah.
ledge and
Okay.
look down.
Is he close enough to? Is the mage close enough to Thunky that I can get a sneak attack off?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd still like to. I'd still like to jump off and slash him. the
Okay.
mage.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna do the same. Well, I'm actually gonna use a key point to use 1 with the blade, which basically makes my scythe deal extra damage. And then that's just for one of the attacks.
Do you have to say that before you make the attack? Because you could miss. I think you do actually. I think you do because you have to do
know.
that for like stunning strike and everything. So.
Oh no! It says when you hit a target with Kensai weapon, you can spend 1 key point.
Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah, go for it. So you have.
So
two
sure,
attacks.
if it hits, I'll use a key point to.
Thank
It
you,
seems
next.
weird the way it's worded, but anyway, I'll use a key point to deal extra damage, and then the other hit, because I get 2 attacks, will just be normal, and then I would like to use another key point to do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay, go for it.
Fury of Blows.
Furia Blues.
So we'll do. We'll do the same as last time. The metal ones will be this way. 17 and 13.
Hits and hits.
Yes. And then we'll just do the same for the unarmed strikes. Bye-bye.
You lied.
21 and 9.
First 2 attack hits. One of the unarmed strike hits.
Okay. Sweet.
Remember that extra damage.
I'm sorry, I for the life of me, I couldn't find where the fuck martial damage or martial. It says for 1 with the blade, it says the weapon cause a weapon 1 key point to cause a weapon to deal extra damage to the target equal to your martial arts die.
Your D4 or D6. Your martial arts die is like your physical fist punching die.
Oh.
Like,
How much my fists do?
'cause, like, I think it goes up every few levels for a monk.
Okay, it's 1d6. Cool. So then do I just roll that? Okay. Yeah, I think it is. Cool.
Oh,
19 for the scythe attacks.
Both side attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And then... Oh, one. Oh, I didn't add 3. So it's 22 for the scythe attacks. And then the 4 for the unarmed
cloak sort of skirting behind you, just flapping as you dash across the small chasm, and then see the object, the mage of your desire down below you, and you just let your feet slide off and go with the momentum down. Cloak fanned out behind you as the mage looks up from the shadow being cast across him, and you just come down, arcing, slicing through his robes, revealing like his naked, old, like gray-haired back underneath, and blood just spilling down into the ground. The scythe lands, and then you just headbutt him in the back. And then slice him again and elbow him across the back of the head. And he just like gets slapped up against the wall and almost just like slides down. And he looks super feeble and just like he's almost dead. He's looking at you with like fear-stricken eyes and just like a cornered animal and like heavily breathing and like whimpering as well. So he's looking very bad.
Turn around and slash him.
Oh, with the, what did you say happened over here?
That all fell into the water.
Okay, never mind. I think I'm good.
She's dead. Nope, she's dead.
Okay, thank you. You're up.
Kill the mage.
Oh, actually, make a strength saving throw, or check, or saving throw.
A strength?
Yeah.
Why? What's happening?
You're frozen. Oh no, you're not frozen. You escaped it. Sorry, Varkir is the one who did not.
Okay.
My apologies. And you start to feel water trickle down from the fountain and pour over the steps, making them a little bit slippery. And the water doesn't stop. It just keeps. It's just slowly coming over the edge, and now sort of like filling the bottom portion of the ruins and spilling out over the edge. The current seems to be picking up as well.
So her check is still on that bottom floor, though, right?
Yes, he is still
So
confused.
he's in the water.
Yes.
Mage is behind you. He's almost dead.
Yeah. I guess I will turn around. Yeah, we're gonna turn around, look at the mage, take my battle axe out,
Blade blade.
and then I'm just gonna like slice him right from the neck
Roll to attack.
down. 17.
Hits him. He's got 1 point of health left.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
how do you want to do this?
I'm gonna say, any last words, old man?
Those weren't words.
Well said.
I'm gonna be
Brings a
disgusted.
tear to my eye.
He probably dies just trying to say that.
And you kill him.
Yeah.
Murdered.
So I am kind of confused, because isn't this a training thing?
It is. Your last blow will not be a killing blow. It'll be like
Behead him.
Think you're dead.
you. I mean, you can feel free to kill him if you want, but you will no
No,
longer
I
be
won't.
the heroes of Orenbelle.
Grab the flag at his hip.
At his hip. This isn't flag football.
Could be.
Mine.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll slash him, and then as a bonus action, can I just like slowly kick him down with my foot,
Yeah, sure.
like
It's like,
on
you're-
his face?
You're dead. Plain dead.
The water starts like pulling up by his corpse and slowly pushing him along the wall. You see his feet get like slid out from under him, and he just looks silly as he's
Body physics are
You
all
wet
hot
him.
in this
floating
game.
towards the edge.
I
He
feel
wet
like he
himself.
could drown and actually die if he's just left down there. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna run up the staircase more.
It'll cost double your movement with the water on it.
That's fine.
Okay, so you ran down, which was 10,
Actually, we still
20.
have. We still have
30.
the Thunder God's blessing for
Say
resistance. remember,
35.
So
Cool. What?
we still have the Thunder God's blessing for lightning resistance, don't we?
Artemis is up.
You guys have lightning resistance?
We should all
I
have
mean,
lightning
yeah,
resistance.
I do.
So what Artemis is going to do,
Alright.
since he's just been on Crow's back this whole time, he is going to fly straight. Well, no, he's going to stay on Crow's back until his Crow is closer to the flag. And he holds his action.
Okay. Chris is up, and he's going to attack her check again. And he says, "Sorry, Boulder Brains. It's just how it's gotta be." Unleashes. All three hit. No natural 20s this time, unfortunately. 10, 16 reduced to 8. 11 reduced to 5. And 15 reduced to 7. Varkir, you're up.
Okay, so I can see that roguish glass cleaner, huh?
Yeah, and you can see him like peeking out behind the corner in the little bit of shadow that it's affording him, very confident that he's hidden. See his head like ducking out. You see his shoulders heaving up and down. Hear him muttering like, "Why did I set this up? Oh God, why did I set this up? We're all gonna die. They're gonna get us."
I'm going to
I hope he's not mad
for
at
my
me.
bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind and gain a D10 plus 8 health.
Okay.
This is D10, right? Is it D8? D10? Right? Yeah, D10.
Yes.
5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 13 points of health back. And then I am going to go over to him and attack him with green flame blade, but I'm also going to use my action surge with that. And hit him
Holy
2 more times with
shit.
that.
Okay, go for it.
I guess I'll just do 1, 2, 3. So we got. So that's a plus 7 is that's 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus.
My
All the
hand
other
is,
ones are
like,
over
under
18.
her leg. It's weird.
So does 12 hit?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so all 3 of them
Okay,
hit then.
stuck.
Yeah. And that's actually quite a bit. That is 2d6 3 times plus 1d8.
Wow, go for it.
Plus a d8. So wait, does the green flame blade stay on just for one attack or for all the attacks? For one, I'll say.
I think it's 1.
What does it do to besides? I know it does something weird. It does like a jump attack that jumps at other people.
He is around Chris, but he's 10 feet away from Chris.
On a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects, and the green fire leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it.
Within 5 feet.
None of these guys are 5 feet. Oh, the dead mages, I guess, but
Get him.
let's see.
Depending on how Thunky knocked the mage out, this very could be lethal.
So that is,
What?
is that?
15,
Like,
19,
The mage's unconscious body is floating
25,
down
In water,
29.
right?
in water. Yes.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
32.
I feel like he's
Plus
gonna drown
3
and
sixes.
actually
Well,
die.
Where's your moral
Plus 3
compass?
threes. Yes.
You know,
Because the
32,
damn it.
this thing is plus
35,
Grabbed him, pulled him up on the
38.
goddamn stairs.
41.
41 damage. Or try and kill this guy. Like, you.
This was everything you have?
Yeah.
Plus your second wind? Or plus your...
Yeah, plus my second win.
Or plus your...
It's my second win plus my action surge.
He is also just like blood dripping from him as you completely caught him off guard, and he's like his dagger slipped from his hands and he's backing away from you, and he didn't see his mage companion who's also super bloody on the ground. As he's backing away, he looks at him, he's like, oh no, and he just like starts crawling away. And these two, he says, I give.
Wow.
Did he just leave? What? Come back here!
And he just like snivels away and
take
crawls
his
up
comrade with him.
You just left the mage there like, come
No,
back.
he was like he was viscerally attacked from behind, dealing like almost taking away all of his life. Then he saw his dead comrade right next to it, or his unconscious comrade, and he was just like, that was it. And he's gone. Okay. You have your... Oh, you already used your bonus action. You have your movement, I suppose.
I guess I will...
Did you want to command the flame to leap to the unconscious?
No. I'll leave the unconscious guy alone. So I'm going to knock her down first. Then 5, 10. So can I jump down here? That would take 10 away? So that'd be
Oh,
10.
you weren't down to begin with?
Yeah, I was right up here. Like,
He was below you,
oh,
though.
then I would jump down there and attack him.
Okay.
And then, so would that
That'd be
jump
10.
up taking 10? Okay,
Yeah.
10.
Oh, and make an athletics check, because in order to like... Or acrobatics, whichever one you want.
Athletics.
I think that's...
So, plus 7 though, so...
What would you roll?
1 plus... But yeah.
No, you twist your ankle as your feet touch the ground. Your boot, sort of like your foot, moves a little differently inside of it, and the boot stays in the slosh of mud, and your ankle just buckles underneath you, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And it feels real bad, but the pain sort of subsides, and you feel foolish for
I look
that.
up and I just...
And this is before you attack the guy, so he either just like in the ground and he just looks towards his doom.
Why?
Wait, so that didn't happen? The guy?
No,
is
it did,
not-
it did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
Does that take away all my movement away then?
Bobby is no. Sorry, you can still move.
Okay, then I'm gonna... 15, 20, 25...
Okay.
Getting ready.
Okay, Bobby is up,
Stabbing
and
in the
he
back.
is going to take this longbow. It's about as big as him, and he's going to take it off of his back. He's gonna aim at you. Her check. It's 17, 14.
Does Chris get an attack of opportunity on the arrow?
Just crit.
Oh crap! I didn't...
You take a whopping total of 18 points of damage reduced to 9. And yeah, Bobby looks at you and he's just like, looks like this one's in the bag here, blokes. Don't matter about what's that? Celios. He's always been like that. He's got his virtues. You all with us now. How confident you feeling?
What are you boying?
And then the barbarian just goes, "Ooga yeah!" And
Attack of opportunity.
This is sneaky shit.
Crow, hit him with your chain.
And she is going to make her attacks on you, Thunky, as you see this
No.
large barbarian woman just like slip her way through the water, just like sort of falling down onto her shoulder and falling off like you guys are fighting under a waterfall. 7 plus 9. What's your armor class?
16.
Just hits. That one definitely hits. Misses. $13 for the first attack. 16 for the second attack. 29 points of damage total. As you're down.
Yeah.
As she slams you with the heft of her axe up against the wall, you hear a crunch as your shoulders impact and you're squished in between her blade and the wall, and then she takes it back and just slams you up against the wall again, not trying to murder you, as you're an even harder crunch
So kind.
impacts beneath. Well, she just can't. She's not allowed to. And you even hear her say that, like, would murder but can't. And Thunky, you hear this sliding sound as Thunky, similar to the mage, just slowly starts sliding down.
Oh my god.
the ramp.
I see the marker.
Which
You
one?
are actually,
What color?
Red.
Her check. You are up. Roll a wisdom saving throw. Confusion.
Should.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that-
Roll a d10.
Yeah,
You're
I was
right.
gonna
You're better at this than me.
3.
Which is the heart.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're free.
Oh, it just breaks it.
I think. I just accidentally closed out of the window.
You're free because I closed it.
Yes, it is confusion. Sorry, it is concentration. You are free since the mage has departed. So you have everything to your advantage now.
Cool. Bonus action. I'm gonna take a greater healing potion.
Okay.
Start off with 7.
Wow, that's
11,
great. Holy
14,
shit.
18 healing, sweet. And then Chris is right in front of me. I'm gonna attack him twice. Where'd my d20 go? Recklessly, of course. 19. 23.
Both hit.
That was for first
Oh.
attack. Nope. Oh yeah, both hits. That's plus 9 on the top of that 13. 2, 6. First attack. 10, 6, 16, 21 for the first attack. 5, 10, 16, 18 for the second, and then make a dexterity saving throw.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh wait, no, never
Nope,
mind.
you already said it.
I can't do it because I already did my bonus action.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
How much? What was that total?
21 for the second one, and then what was the first attack? 18.
18.
There you go. $39.
Okay. You, finally, I get to fight you on equal. Just smacking the shit out of him. Having him almost like he puts his shield up and your axe just slices through half. So sorry, Starlight Conqueror slashes through half of it and pushes him to the side, sliding him in the water. And then the other attack coming backwards slides him back into place. As he just and Crow, you're up. Unless you want to move.
I'd like to run up the squarish spiral staircase towards the flag.
Okay. 10. Oh, never mind. Okay. Do you have anything that allows you to move through difficult terrain?
I thought I did, but I'm gonna say no.
What's your total movement speed?
45.
Okay. So then 10, 20,
Oh, it goes that way.
30. And you see Thunky on the ground in front of you. As you hear this sliding around the corner.
Climb up the.
Yeah.
Sorry,
how,
no.
How tall is this?
No, sorry. I was going to go, well, if that's the case. I didn't realize I had to go that way, so I'd like to actually jump. Jump this way.
Like climb up the wall.
It's about 20 feet in the air now. You can try and climb it, but you could jump. What's your dexterity? Just number or modifier?
3.
Or unless you have a
I think you
potion
can jump-
of healing to give to Thunky.
Let's say you can jump like
I do.
15 feet. But yeah, you can either heal Thunky or go to the objective.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Just go, motherfucker.
I can follow through with my plans.
It's only a
Mister.
normal potion of healing. I don't know how that works.
You just pour it into my mouth.
Massage your throat. Come on.
It's a little rougher than you would expect, because
You're a robot.
never done this. Yeah.
Have it in a straw in your hand. You just.
Oh yeah. Choke.
Okay, you have come back to life, Thunky. You also have a bonus action answer. Or Crow.
With the ogre lady's down?
No, she just fell.
Oh, okay.
Get her away from me.
She's licking your pauldron.
I can move past her normally, right?
What?
She'd get an attack
Just
of
throw
opportunity.
Yeah,
Thunky
she
away.
get an attack of opportunity.
Throw her away.
And she's
Throw
on
her
like
away.
a sliver of stair.
How
So it
high up
costs
is
double
Thunky?
your movement. Thunky is like you. I think you only had. Hold on,
You could
let's see.
throw
You're
me at her.
10,
Go past her, then give her the
20,
potion.
30. You have 45.
Yeah.
You'd be able to make it to her, to to her abdomen, not Thunky's with the Lorinala.
It's like I'll get in front of Thunky and take a defensive position.
Okay. You're not using a bonus action for anything. Oh, actually, you have an action because but it's a bonus. No, it's a full action to feed somebody. It's a bonus action to yourself. Okay, so yeah. Okay, Thunky, you are up. Just in time.
So no matter what, she'll get an attack of opportunity, right?
If you
I
try and
to
pass
go
her, yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah.
Even if I run away.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh.
She's looking perfectly healthy.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Just do the biggest heal you can.
I don't think it's gonna be enough if she attacks me again, though. I'm just gonna
You
die.
don't know
again.
that.
I'm pretty sure.
It's better than
We'll do
doing
it.
nothing and dying again.
No, I was gonna do something else to her, but I don't even know if
You have a
that'll
plethora
work.
of spells. You can change into something. You're a druid. Nature's
Oh,
at
yeah,
your
that's right. I
fingertips.
kinda
You
forgot.
might be able to even control water. I don't know.
No, I can't do that.
Change
But I
into a
did forget
dragon.
that
Who
I
has the
could turn
teardrop
into-
staff
Change
then?
into a
Fuck
dragon.
it, I'm turning into...
No one took it.
Yeah, it's still in
Just-
your bag of holding, isn't it?
I offered it to Thunky,
What?
the teardrop staff.
But I thought you had to have water spells.
No, it gives you water spells.
Ah, what the fuck?
It's a pretty good weapon.
Do we still
Pretty
have
good.
it? Well, it's too late right now.
I mean, I still
Anyways.
do have it.
Do I have it?
No, I have it
Oh.
because you didn't take it.
Artemis is up after Thunky.
Well, no. No. I'm gonna turn into a black bear.
Water
Oh.
spilling over your fur as you now take up the majority of the entirety of the width of the staircase.
Wait, really fast. Can I turn into a shape, a wild shape, as a bonus action? Or does that take a full action? I don't see
You
it
have
on here.
the look at your bonus actions.
Oh, then no. It
You're
doesn't
at the
count.
bonus actions?
No, I looked at that earlier.
Actions.
And
Bonus
it wasn't on there.
Nope.
So never mind.
But a wild shape will give you more health.
Yeah.
Still gonna be a bear? Still gonna do it or not?
I'll do it.
Oh. Back.
I'm gonna bite her.
You can do that as a bonus action?
No, I can't. Fuck. This is not a good plan. Yeah, whatever. I'll stay as a bear.
Okay. Artemis is up.
So. Hold his action again.
What'd you say?
No, hold his action again.
What action are you holding?
Just him flying away.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Next up is Chris. Looks at you with his. He looks at the gash made in his broadsword, and he lifts up his arm to see the gash in his midsection, and he says, "Looks like it comes down to this. Pride dictates I stay." And he's gonna go and attack you. Again. Hits. Same thing, hits. Same exact thing, hits. 15 reduced to 7. 15 reduced to 7, Jesus Christ. And 11 reduced to 5. So 19 points of damage total. Okay. And he's like looking you over with a smile. And how do you look?
I look okay. Bleeding out my rectum.
You see that he's like he really does feel like he's engaged in this, like, finally the moment is here. This is the duel that I've been waiting for, a challenge.
Yeah, I look pretty roughed up.
But he's also breathing very heavily, and his shield is almost falling
I
off.
don't give off that facade though.
Varkir, you're up now.
I never look tired.
Which he completely
Oh. Never mind.
forgot about you, Varkir. Not good.
I forgot. I wasn't. Never mind. I'll do it next time. So I guess if he's just sitting there like me at his back, not noticing, I'm just going to attack him twice with my greatsword.
Okay, go for it.
Come on, a natural 20.
That's never
Come
happened.
on. Oh, I thought that was it too.
10 and a 1.
Oh.
That's plus 7 though, so 17 and an 8.
17 doesn't hit. He's wearing a shield. He has a shield and
Oh,
pretty thick armor.
That's bullshit. Fine then. Hey,
So
it's
you-
nothing.
It's a little bit.
You see his sword
Just like tink,
Uh,
tink. What was that?
as it sort of falls to the ground in preparation for her check. you see mud just fly into the air and almost slap against your own armor as the blade just appears, like he puts it behind his back, guarding against your blow, and he spins around enough to put it up in front of his face before sparks fly off from your own broadsword. Next up is Bobby. And he's gonna shoot you. He goes, "Coward! Fighting or attacking somebody from behind!" And he's gonna fire at you from behind.
No. What a hypocrite.
First one makes it, well,
Yeah, makes him hypocrite.
second one makes it as well.
Where's the logic?
Wait a minute, what are these attacks doing?
It's just an arrow. It's an arrow.
Yeah, but I have a move where it's like if it's close to failing, I can make it fail.
What do you mean close to
If it's
failing?
close, like if he shoots me and it's like my AC is 16, if he gets a 17, I have a thing called Arcane Deflection, which gives me a +2 bonus against the attack that just happened.
Okay, so he has a +7 for bows, and he got an 11 the first time, which makes it 18,
Yeah.
So it hits.
Oh, it's still hit because that's 18.
and then 17 for the next one. Does that one hit too?
Yeah, that would hit both. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's okay. He only rolled
Wait, a natural 17?
no.
Or so that one misses since you have a 16. You have +2, so that'd make it at 18. 18 hits, but 17 misses.
Is that true?
Yeah, it would be +2. I get a +2 bonus to my AC.
Then you take what is the? I'm trying to think like role play here. What?
When you are hit by an attack or you fail, oh wait a minute, what do you mean? Like,
What does it do? What does it do to deflect it?
It does said you can use your reaction to gain a +2 bonus to your AC against that attack, or a +4 bonus to the saving throw.
But how do you deflect it?
So
Oh,
when
how do I deflect it?
when Chris bashes your broadsword away, it sort of like tilts you on your heel, and you see an arrow coming right at you, and you just like quick reaction, slice it in half, and it's one of those like, did I just do that moments?
Oh, that's
And then another one, it's almost like a phantom. The first one was, as the other one inserts itself into your shoulder, but it's only for
a lot of damage.
5 points of damage.
So much damage. No.
So much damage. Okay, next up is the barbarian lady, and
But no, I cannot.
she
cast
goes,
spells.
"Fluffy bunny!" And she's going to attack you twice. Or
Ooh.
hits.
Still a chance I could tag.
What is your bear's AC?
Wait, 5 feet
I'm
of
in
me?
front of her.
You're in
You know,
you're in
do I
front of
So
Thunky?
do I get
No.
an attack of opportunity?
Oh wait a minute.
You're in front
10
of
feet.
Thunky?
Yeah.
If you are a creature within
Thunky's
5
a
feet
giant
of you,
bear.
die-
You're
Oh, you ran up in it.
No, I just turned into a bear.
I said that I got in front of Funky.
Oh, I'm sorry then. Then she's going to attack you, and then I guess she's attacking you.
I like this better where I get an attack of opportunity.
No, you
We
don't.
squeeze
She
one of
wouldn't.
those
She
in?
wouldn't squeeze past you. She wouldn't squeeze past an enemy.
I'm really thin.
Huh? No.
Appropriate response.
Actually, roll a strength check. An opposing strength check.
Against basically a barbarian.
What'd you get?
7.
She's going to. You almost like she sees the fluffy animal behind her, and she opens her arms, and she just walks towards you and crushes you in between her arms, and she's going to jump off.
Oh, why?
In the way. Oh, wrong
Yeah,
person.
that's not.
It's about a 20-foot drop. You both will take 2d6. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And you both are in the ground now with water pouring around you. Oh, and he is floating closer to the edge. Okay, next up, her check.
All right. I will use my last greater potion of healing. Because
Can't
fuck you,
believe
Chris.
Coward.
Don't care.
I'm free.
It's okay. 5, 6, 7, plus
11.
4. And then I'm going to recklessly attack him twice. 20, not natural. Nope. And another 20, not natural.
Okay.
Rip his fucking head off.
Yeah. 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for the 15 for the first attack.
Okay.
6, 11, and 12 for the second attack. 26 in total.
He's breathing very heavily as you sweeping water up with your blow. He tries to put his shield in the way, but you cut through it and into his abdomen. And then
Never mind. I thought you had lightning like that aura or something.
I do, but my bonus action gets taken up by that.
you rip your blade out, jump backwards, and thrust forward. And again, he tries to block it, but it just his shield's almost like tinfoil at this point, and it goes and into his oblique, and you can see it's cut very deep in between the ribs, and blood is just starting to pour out. And he just
Go
like,
down, Chris! Go down!
Crow, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna turn my head into a blender and then
What?
shove my face
You have
into
to
his
roll
chest.
a strength saving throw or a
Just
strength
kidding.
check.
Dude, just motorboat them titties.
Actually,
Oh my god.
I'll say with her slamming down on the ground, she like slammed you down and then rolled over and got up.
So no strength check.
No, but that'll be your attack roll.
No, because that roll was supposed to be
Nope.
for the strength check.
Yeah. Now
I
we're
just don't know the rules if you actually like jump off something if you still are held onto them.
I do have slow fall, so does that count if I'm being grappled? And
No, it doesn't. Nope. You've got
You just fall
got-
slower than.
you've got heavy fall with her on top of you.
Okay. I'd like to get up, run this way. Oh.
I'm getting an opportunity attack if you run away.
Okay. That doesn't make any damn sense. All right, I'm just gonna attack this bitch. The giant ogre lady.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Same old. Gonna use a key point if the scythe attack is 2 scythe attacks, one
Donkey, you're next.
key point if it's successful to do more damage, and then 2 unarmed strikes. Uh, 25
Hits.
and 15.
Hits. Just hits.
Oh wait, I'll do unarmed strikes. So bad. 16
Hits.
and 16.
Both hit. Or all 4 hit.
Okay. And then I'll do the martial damage as well. Since I
Okay.
19 for the scythe attacks.
Damn.
Scythe attack. And then the unarmed strikes. 13 total for unarmed strikes.
So 19 and 13.
Mhm.
32.
And then I'd like to
As you spin to get up, cloak sort of flowing out from you, scythe appearing out of the shadow of the cloak, spinning with the arc of your roll over to the side, coming up with a slash, and then slashing back down, almost like glancing her neck, and then another fist punch, and then butt with the bottom of the scythe, whatever.
I'll take it. And then I would like to back up. Sorry,
She'll
I
get
gotta
an
ask
opportunity
this
attack.
again. That's fine. But so the only way up to the flag is up this staircase.
Isn't there a staircase right here as well? Or does that? No, that doesn't go up there.
No, it doesn't. But like this is even ground with this. This wall is also even ground. Here, this wall actually raises a little bit above the central fountain.
Is the outside like perimeter wall the same height as the fountain staircase?
It just said it's a little bit higher.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at something else. The outside wall is a little higher? Okay.
His finger was literally on that wall when you said it. But that's okay.
Okay. I'd like to run up this staircase then.
Okay.
Scurry this way. I think I can make it like this far.
13 plus 9. Yeah, she 22 to attack.
I was not planning on that.
11 15 points of slashing damage as the axe rakes across your back one more time.
My precious wood.
Thunky, you are up. Think about what you want to do. I really have no bathroom. I'll be super quick.
Okay, I'm breaking bear form.
Breaking
Okay.
bear.
And then
I break bears.
it's a bonus action, by the way.
Okay.
And then I'm casting Mass Cure Wounds, but I'm centering it at a point where we can all get it. It's within 30 feet, so I imagine it's like here, somewhere around here. I don't have to personally be there.
4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 50. Okay.
Okay.
Fuck.
You forgot to do something?
The mage is gone and he had counterspell.
Whoopsies.
It's okay. For all those confused bonus or the confused actions, I didn't use my bonus action to strike you with lightning. Because it's just a bonus action. And it just happens at the end of my turn.
No, you have to purposely will it to
nope.
be.
Nope.
So we all get
We
19
both messed up.
points of healing.
How much?
19?
Nice. Suck that, Bobby.
Damage.
Artemis is next.
Finally, I'm out of the negative.
What?
So I guess Artemis is just gonna fly and try and grab the flag.
Okay. What's the weight that Artemis can carry?
No, I don't know actually.
Is it a European Artemis or an African Artemis?
Hopefully it's African.
know that. And then Bobby just like flies
has
off. the
a-
cloud.
She has a strength of 5, so.
No, that's like the.
You can't carry a cloth flag?
a metal poled.
Oh, a metal
cloth
pole's on there as well. I thought it was just
No,
like a
it's not
little
just like a
flag.
folded flag. Imagine Halo.
It's just hovering
Oh,
there.
fine then. He'll stay
Just
on
tip it over. Just tip it over the edge. We win.
Why would you tip it over the edge?
I mean, yeah, you can make like a strength check to see if it can drag it 5 feet.
All we need to do is just throw it off the top. And we
That's
win.
fine. Take that.
He'll try it. I guess he'll try it.
Roll a strength check.
Do that.
Come
yeah,
on, natural
do that.
20.
You got
Have you
this,
rolled a
Artemis.
natural 20
No,
in this campaign?
there's a natural 20.
That's a natural fucking 20.
It just soars out of the entrance
Falcon
with the flag. Falcon grab! This chest will be the flag. Where are you taking it? You have, for every 5 squares, it will only go, or sorry, yeah, for every 15 squares, it will, sorry, for every, god damn it, for every 5 squares, it will only count as, sorry, wow. For every 5 squares, it will count as 15 feet. So Artemis went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I can grab it and I can go all the way back to Crow then.
Really? What's its
I have
distance?
60.
So 25. No, no, you can't get back to Crow. 25.
Because then once you grab it, it turns into 15 per square.
Then.
40.
You drop it off with me.
55.
I'll drop it off at Funky then.
And then Thunky can grab it.
Oh,
We
land
won.
on Lungy just like.
We won!
No, because you have to escape.
Run, Thunky, run!
I'm going to.
Wait. That was the whole. I don't remember you saying.
You have to get off of the island. That was. I
Yeah,
did-
so we gotta just take the flag.
We gotta
Oh,
take it out
What
of
was-
here.
I thought it was
Bobby
just
doing
top
the
of the.
whole time.
He was guarding the flag.
What was
Firing arrows into people's backs like a hypocrite.
Oh, that hawk's new. I didn't say that before. That wasn't supposed to be a
Watch out,
tattoo.
watch out, Magnus, watch out. Ah, the water.
all the water.
2-second break, emergency.
Wow,
Just grab a.
I really didn't think it would be that easy. Kind of sad now. Really
It rolled a
should-
natural 20.
should've
It was
just-
not that easy.
I should have just gone with my initial plan. I
Like,
should listen to my gut feeling.
look,
I'll
the
do it now.
NPCs, although they may be played by me, are not morons. If Bobby saw a flying creature come into it, he would murder it or do something to incapacitate it. No, because he used his attack.
Do you need another towel? Yeah. You do?
Hydrate.
That's not far enough. No.
So many weird things I gotta look up. As a monk. Yeah. There were plenty of times where he's like, "Do you have this?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure, but can't find it."
Resume.
Okay, Artemis. Chris is up.
Artemis.
I'm saying Artemis did their
Oh,
turn
okay.
and is absolutely exhausted, by the way. Just going to perch on your shoulder. Used everything it had for that heroic display as you saw the wings spread out of the opening, flag in hand,
Can't believe we rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, that was weird.
soaring through. Flag
Especially this
just
dice. This dice
billowing
doesn't
in
roll
the-
20s
in
up.
the
Yeah, I know. I was like, you're
background.
the worst one.
Okay. Next up is Chris, and he is. I rolled for a greater potion himself. He got 17 back,
Nice.
and he's looking a little better. And he's going to go attack you again. And he says, "Sorry, her check looks like it's not just you and me dancing here.
That's not.
That's Bobby." Bobby
okay,
says,
I know what Chris is gonna say.
Bobby says, sorry, third check. Exactly what I said before, only in this voice. And he is going to bat Varkir, and then go back to you.
Okay, one of those hits on me, I'm gonna use the legacy belt.
Okay.
So half the half.
Okay. All hits,
Can I use arcane deflection?
only if it's a reaction.
Oh yeah.
First one is 14 to 7.
To what?
Sorry, to 3. Then the one on you, Varkir, is 8 total. And then back to her check is
8 damage.
8 damage.
Oh,
8
okay.
slashing damage.
Oh my god.
I'm in this bitch.
You can't keep me out. Jesus.
I want to play D&D too.
Is the back on you is
I
6 because it's 13 reduced to 6. So just slashing into your chest meat, and then going back to Varkir, and then slicing back into your quad muscle meat. And Varkir, you're up.
I guess I am going.
Jeez.
Where is it? I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit Chris twice with my greatsword.
Okay, go for it. Make them attack you.
Or you gotta beat like an 18. Get just natural 20 it again. No worries. Oh my
Hey,
god, a
natural
natural 20.
With a 7 as well.
Get fucked.
That's just 14 with that one, so that one's a miss. But natural 20, so 27. He hits, yay! I'm also going to mark him when I hit him with this.
Okay, what does that do?
So when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can mark the creature until the end of your next turn. Or if you are incapacitated, while it is within 5 feet of you, a marked creature has disadvantage on any attack rolls that doesn't target you. If the marked creature deals
That don't target you?
Yes. If the marked creature deals damage to anyone else, you can make a special melee attack against it on your next turn as a bonus action with advantage of +4 extra damage.
Wow, okay.
Marked him. 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage. And he is marked.
Okay. Didn't you have another? Oh, you missed your second attack. As you try and sweep for his feet, he lifts up one of his knees, and you just come around.
God damn. Minna, what are you doing? Oh, I thought she was gonna go for that painting for a second.
Almost.
I don't know what she was thinking.
Okay, with your blade going sweeping under, missing for the first time, reaffirming your resolve. What color would the energy be coursing around your blade to act as the mark, or how would the runes highlight?
It would highlight with like a blue mist almost, like
streaking across. He brings up his shoulder to guard high, and you slice across his armpit.
Well, now I'm mocked. I will have victory over you
And
in
the,
this life or the next.
Yeah, the mist sort of spreads across his skin on the slashed area. So just to let you know that it is effective. You have your bonus action and movement, should you desire.
I don't think I can do anything for my bonus action. I am good. I will hold my reaction. Again.
Bobby's going to leap down and attack you, Thucky.
Oh no.
Jumps down with his lance and actually sticks his feet on the blade's curvature, and just so he's putting all of his weight into the downward spike.
Sounds like I'm dead.
What's your armor class again? I should know this.
20. 16.
Hits you, and then the second one. Second one definitely hits you. And you take
Don't even. Don't even.
I think that you're
don't.
dead or gone anyway.
You don't know
It's
that.
a training murder.
As the tip of the blade gleams in the light and then it streaks down past you, it slides along your clavicle and down the center and cuts the inside of your leg as he enters into the ground. And then as the lance is right in front of you, pull right in front of you, and his eyes make contact with you, Bobby says, "Not on my watch," and knocks you with the pole of the blade. What's your health?
20.
Is it 20?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, you healed for 19. Wow. He does 14 damage for the first one,
I mean, it's only a pole, so it's probably like
I know.
6.
and he
Maybe, if
does
that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
1d4.
6 plus 5, 11 damage for the second one. And as he knocks you with the pole portion of his blade, and your eyes roll to the back of your head, he just grabs the flag and your hand lets go, and you slide onto the ground, and he pulls his lance up.
Is it Artemis's turn right after that?
No, Artemis already went.
Oh wait, what? They did?
Artemis brought the flag all the way there.
Yeah, it was. Wait a minute. Wasn't that last turn?
No,
Yeah,
it
was
wasn't.
last turn.
And Bobby takes the flag once again, and
Bobby, you bastard.
it is now.
Bobby Newport
Does Bobby move?
eats donkeys for breakfast.
10, 15, 20, 30. No. 15, 20, 25, 30. Can attack you, Varkir. Shit. Hits. Misses.
You really want your
Hits.
dice.
Yeah, why you gotta do it like?
Fuck. 6 for the first one.
Oh no.
And 9 for the second one. 15.
Rummy's down.
Man, why couldn't
Is Rummy down?
No.
Damn it!
I'm close. I'm close.
Oh yeah, you were all healed for 19 points of damage. Okay, Herchek, you are up as the barbarian woman just like takes Varkir
Welcome
from
to the
behind.
fray. I'm just gonna stare at Chris like it's gonna be over soon. Reckless.
One way or another.
Oh man, that first one actually missed. Oh, that's reckless. Wow, they both miss. This thing has failed me 4 times
In
in the row. Crow, you're up. Whoa! Make a dexterity saving throw. I still have a bonus action.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh my god, why? 13.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to know that you are all surrounded by water. So you can either get pretty much everyone except for Crow, or
I mean, I'm already dead.
I'm resistant to lightning.
hey, it's your choice.
If it gets rid of
Everybody else, well, they
Bobby.
can't use it. It's too late for them to use their mark right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that you doing it?
10.
10 points. Oh, they got a. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay. 9 fails. Wait, what's your DC?
15.
Oh yeah. Fit natural 20. Just
Wait, make a dexterity saving throw.
Thunky, you lose a death save. And the guy right here
You mean a knockout?
is you saw his chest moving up and down, and as the lightning courses through a huge radius of these old ruins, trickling up in and into the fountain and around the other side as well. His chest, the mage's chest, is no longer moving. Thunky, you lose 2 death saving throws.
Why?
Because you were attacked while unconscious, which is what that counts for. And Farkir, what'd you roll?
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I was like,
Where was that in the fine print?
5.
Chris, it catches him, cascading all over his armor and up his sword, and you can see the small electrical pulses in his teeth, just sort of going up and down. He's like, the barbarian also fails her, as she's almost stuck in the same motion. She's just like grabbing her axe like this, as the electricity from the axe is like slamming into her head as well. And then Bobby rolled a natural 20. He just jumps up and sort of like while spinning the flag lands down as the electrical pulses leave the area. Crow, you're up.
You didn't say anything for mine.
You take 10 points of damage. Oh, sorry, what'd you roll again?
5.
Yeah, you take 10 points of damage. As her check, you see all of this sort of play out around you. How are you looking, Farkir? Okay. Crow, you're up.
All right.
And after that as well, you also hear like as the ruins sort of rumble.
So Bobby is here, technically.
Bobby is the white girl with the.
Yeah, but this is only there.
Yes,
Okay, but so he is next to.
he has the flag, and Thunky's unconscious in front of him.
Okay. Does the sneak attack work when the players are unconscious next to enemies?
No, because they're not a threat.
Well, I am next to the barbarian lady.
It's true. That is true. Okay. I'm gonna run this way.
The wall is actually breaking under your feet as you're running. Like the structure has been ruined that much at this point. After the last
Do I have to do anything?
No.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get off the wall then, in the direction of Barbarian Lady,
Okay.
and try to do a jumping sneaky tacky
Okay.
with my scythe. 2 scythe attacks. Scythe attack. And then same old. To add my martial damage if I get one out, and then I'll only do one unarmed strike.
Oh god. Okay.
I need help.
They found out our satanic worshiping rituals of D&D.
Thank God that didn't happen. How do you explain that? My cat butt dialed you?
I'm trying to call more friends over.
So, not natural 20 and not natural 19.
Okay, both it.
have any food.
Or wait.
Hey, what does your sneak attack do? Like, dang.
Wow, this is actually a lot of dice then.
What did you roll? I rolled a midnight.
The world destroys itself.
Oh, is that a 0? Hell yeah.
So it's, the first one is... $31 for a scythe.
How do you want to do this?
Scythe.
Nice.
And I can only knock him out.
More or less.
Okay.
Do what she did to you.
Body
You actually
slam.
see after I forgot to implement this because it's not like they would take the chance of dying. After you see the mage's breath leave him, you see this almost from his currently corpse, this magical essence almost like slide up from all of his body parts, this silvery thread, and collect and form a seed above him. And from that seed sprouts silver wings, and it up and away from the battlefield and just plops him down. So the same thing will happen to you if you fail your next saving throw.
Is Artemis is on her, isn't he?
Artemis is on her, yeah.
Okay then.
And that, yeah, that's your, yeah.
I would like to jump down with a scythe attack.
So feel free to kill him, I guess.
No. And then but because I have his wait, do I still have the 1 minute of triple jump?
Yes.
Okay.
Just, I think this is the last round.
Great.
Wow, dang,
So I'm gonna,
that's a
of
lot.
course, you know,
You think it's 10 rounds.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Dragon
yeah,
Ball Super.
okay, yeah.
downward slash
Probably
with
this.
the scythe land, 3-point landing, chin down, eyes up, and then emphasis on my knee, and then from the kneeling position I jump up and I knee her right between the legs.
There's
Yeah.
there's
She had them
like-
spread too.
There's no,
Like, I
there's
thought
no
you had
particular
balls.
reaction from her, but you do manage to sort of get a little bit of lift off of her heels, just a little bit, enough for her to slide like back onto you, and you have to now bear the weight and just like throw her off. Her
Is that a
unconscious
dex roll?
No, it's
Because
not.
I'm good at dex roll.
We'll say that you just sort of like systema, spin out and under and away from her as she falls.
I'd say gross.
Arms splayed out, legs definitely splayed out.
Right
Okay.
back to it.
Ugh.
Get outta here. Bah. It's a crowded
It's a corpse,
battlefield
it's a
right there.
corpse party. That's what it is. It's a corpse
All
party.
right. And so ends my turn.
Thunky, roll a death saving throw.
Do I add anything to this?
Achieve
No, you don't. Nothing. It's a straight roll.
Natural 20.
You
Back to
stabilize.
life. Back to life with 1 health.
Yeah.
Point.
Your vision coming to
Perfect. I can do another
unblurring, coming
lightning
to
strike.
clarity, seeing Chris as pristine as ever, holding one flag in one hand and his lance in the other.
Wait, Chris is right?
I'm sorry, Bobby. Jeepers.
So Bobby's holding the flag,
Yeah.
She only gets one?
and he looks really
She
healthy.
has 1 point of health. You think that she comes back within all of
20.
Nope.
Agree with that. Overrule.
No, it's fine.
But you don't have any moves. That is your turn.
Oh, goddamn.
You can do a
Sorry.
spell next time.
Artemis is up now.
I guess, well, Artemis, since she's on her shoulder, I guess I'm just gonna use my healing hands through Artemis, and it's just gonna like heal Flunky for 10 points of damage.
That consists as your turn, doesn't it?
Oh, that is an action, but yeah, that's true. Well,
I find it.
because I can do things too, but if it's an action, but I guess no, it's a special action, it's not a spell. So never mind, I don't do that. I have Artemis hop. Oh no. I have Artemis hop over and grab the flag and in his hands and try and just like.
Roll another. No, that's just impossible. That's never going to happen.
By the way, I have Artemis.
Okay.
And, I was trying to say that it's all generally it's fair.
It's like fuck these people. They're paying more
There
attention to
we
these
go.
little figures than me.
It's good, it's good.
It's basically there.
So I guess Artemis is just going to fly
There
over
you
to
That's basically how.
Chris and just slash at him with his claws.
Can Artemis attack?
Yeah, his talons are just like one point at him.
Okay, go for it. Go roll to attack.
I want to see what he gets for an attack.
She killed all of us.
Oh, okay, +5 to hit. That's awesome. Here we go.
She's so feisty right now.
She was sleeping all
So,
game.
Yeah, that's
15.
true.
I guess.
It doesn't make it. He goes, oh, what a majestic creature.
Well, he's distracted. I stab him in the back.
Here, flip.
And he just sort of like holds his shield. Artemis lands on it, and he
Wizard.
puts it away.
Wizard.
Hey, get roll the dead ones.
I guess then
Hey,
Artemis,
those people. Well, one was taken out.
Artemis just flies around in a circle as fast as he can after that.
All right. Chris sort of takes a half step backwards, positioning himself, squaring his body towards his three adversaries in front of him, and goes, "Desperate times
That's not-
when
Oh, wait.
heroes shine brightest. Come at me." And he
Comes at me.
would he know that he has that he's marked by you?
He would probably feel a mark, but he wouldn't know what it does. Probably. I mean, it's just.
All right, he's gonna roll one attack at her check and one at you again, Varkir. Since I imagine you're looking not so great. Oh, at a disadvantage. First one misses. It doesn't hit, so you don't get to attack him. And then he hits you, Varkir. Yeah, and actually, let's roll for damage. You are so fucking lucky. 7 points of damage.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Dang.
And
I'm lucky for 7 points of damage.
And he hits you with the next strike. Is it only the first attack, or is it all attacks?
All attacks until the end of my next turn.
Okay. He definitely hits you with the next attack.
So is that disadvantage? Yeah.
For-
He doesn't, yeah.
7 points of slashing damage.
I'm gonna use the belt again.
Oh, okay, got it. As you guys see this ethereal 4 points of damage. As you see this ethereal, almost like something very similar to her check, just run out of her check's person and put his forearms out like this and take the brunt of the blow from Chris as it just dissipates, barely glancing off of her check. And Varkir, you are now up.
So that means I can make my regular 2 attacks plus a special bonus attack on him with 4 extra damage.
Yeah, go for it. If they hit.
Yes. So let's attack for these. What we're gonna do?
I mean, a natural 20 can't have it 3 times in a row, right?
Don't say things like
Oh.
So the first one is probably 27,
15 plus what? Yeah.
and then 7 plus 7 is
22.
14. Well,
You have gained my respect. This. Yeah, and how do you want to do this to Chris?
Finally,
Huh,
holy
I,
shit.
take my sword and do a mocking like, and hit him.
Wow.
Wow.
Constellations.
He's been impressed by you so far, so he's genuinely interested in looking, and he's like sort of like holding back, and then your blade just goes from wild arcs to just like still a wild arc, but in his direction, and it just like gets him in the forehead, and he just goes and goes down onto the ground. Chris is gone. Now all that is left is Bobe. And
Wow. Okay. So these I trust Orenbelle's
Donkey
guards
was at
now.
Bobby's feet. Thank you very much.
Can I just lay there and pretend to be unconscious?
Roll a performance check.
Oh,
Don't bite it. Don't bite it. Don't bite it.
but I couldn't cast it on myself.
You can now. No, never mind. That wouldn't work.
Does
Yeah,
she have
so you
advantage
can roll.
because she was already on the ground unconscious and now bloody and stuff.
Yeah, do I get an advantage?
No, you don't get advantage.
That's bullshit.
11. Did I make too much movement?
You've not impressed Chris. This match.
Bobby?
Bobby.
Bobby. God, why?
Chris is
Why?
gone.
When do I ever impress anyone in battle?
And the good news is you get an opportunity attack as he runs past you right towards. Actually, he has the flag.
Oh, right?
Fuck it. He goes. Well, it was a good match, but it ain't over yet. And he is going to.
You stay away from Chris.
He's
kill
gonna
you.
go after you, Varkir, because you ruined his buddy.
Protect me!
Wait, so I get an opportunity of attack?
You do. Hits you, Varkir,
No.
for 9,
Yeah.
14 points.
That's. I'm down.
and it
I'm
hits
down.
you her check for 6, 11 points reduced to 5.
I'm dead.
And that is.
Wait, don't I get my attack?
Oh yeah, you get. Yeah.
28 to hit.
Okay. Oh, what?
Don't remember.
Jesus.
Eight points damage. To his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Because I am laying on the floor, right?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you slash the back of his calf, and he barely notices as he runs away from you.
God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
And
God damn it, Bobby.
I wanted to use that once during this battle, and I
This cat cleaning itself is offensive.
Okay. Sorry. Next up is you're up, Herchek.
cool. Seeing my downed friend, I will go at thee. It's me and you, Bobby. Come
As you
on!
step over my body.
I'm stepping over your body because that's why. Yeah, yeah. Going for that Bob. Reckless attacks.
Okay, you guys are together forever.
18 for the first one.
Hits.
I swear to God, you fail me again. Oh, natural 19.
Hits.
Sweet. Prepare for the damages. 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 for the first one.
Whoa.
5, 10, 15, 17 for the second one. 37.
Okay.
And no, I'm just kidding.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Okay. Crow, you are up.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill.
Bobby must die. Okay, so I'm gonna run, hurdle my unconscious foes.
Ah, you stuck to my face! My face!
He took the flag with him, right? He still has hold of
Yeah,
it.
Bobby
Yeah.
is holding the flag.
And I am going to do everything. It's not much, but I'm gonna good old scythe slices, 2 of them,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use my bonus action. So let me know if this is rule bendy or not. But so if I land a basic attack or just an attack, then I get to do an unarmed strike.
Mhm.
But I'd like to use my bonus action to use a key point to what is it called? Step of the Wind, to jump twice as high as I would normally, and then come down with the punch.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, here's hoping it does well.
Natural 20.
It's
Very close.
10 for both.
26 and 6. Oh, sorry, 26 and 17.
Both hit.
Sweet. And then Sweet, so now I'll just roll this again for the unarmed strike. 19.
I forgot I left a trap in the, or they left a trap in the fucking, where the flag was. Artemis would have died.
But did you remember to roll strength every time?
I did this time.
But he expertly
Trade-offs.
barreled out of
You
it.
know?
Barrel!
I mean, with a natural 20, yeah. The explosion pushed him out farther, allowing him to bring the flag farther than he normally
It's
would
like
have.
Star Fox.
So the scythe strikes are. Is that a 1 or a 10?
Does it have a 1 in front of it? The zero is double zeros is 100.
Yes, it's a 1.
Okay. So I did 4, 8, and 18 points of damage.
Total across all attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Slice to the side, continuing with the spin, pivoting on one foot, come up with the slice, and in that upward motion with the scythe coming up, you go with it and jump off the wall and spin around and punch his face and continue going down into the ground, fist landing into the ground, and as your knuckles impact, it feels like the most powerful punch you've ever displayed in your entire life, because the
wasn't it.
ground starts rumbling and breaking apart in certain portions. Not entirely related to your punch, like not right directly under you, but like the middle pillar, the middle portion of the ruin just falls in, and then cracks split from that fall, and the landmass falls down and is crumbling. All of you everyone here starts to lose their footing and fall down with the crumbling mass into a blackness. You can't tell. Maybe 100 feet down is when all of the rubble hits into the ground below. And the first thing you notice when you come to consciousness, what could be hours later, Chris actually wakes you up first, her check, and says, "You've got to take a look at this." And then
Wakes me up.
Yeah, you all have been knocked out from this fall. It's been like, it's sort of like nighttime now.
Jeez.
And the only thing you can see is the starlight coming through the opening of where you just were, with the water spilling down from the waterfall, making sort of sides of water just spilling into this cavern, again, maybe about 100 feet below. When your vision starts to adjust, you can see sort of stalactites and stalagmites cascading off into the distance, almost coming in and out of very ancient ruins, ancient and destroyed ruins as well. And you hear Bobby, he's also groggy, getting up, and he goes, "Well, I'd always heard there were dark creatures and caverns underneath the city, but I didn't put much truth to it until now. This is something else." You see that the flag is actually sticking up at the peak of the ruins. All of the rubble from the previous
Perfect.
the shattered and broken ruins that fell down with you all, and it seems as though it had actually broken into a large stone warehouse structure as well, with a very slightly raised, coming out of the primary ruins that fell with you all, a circular platform about 2 levels, it's 2 circular platforms raised maybe like a few feet from each other, and you can see the same sort of glowing yellow lines arcing around this sort of dais platform. as though it's like illuminated the halos around it. And that is where we will pick up next time.
So I'm still dead.
You guys have all come to consciousness.
With one health.
They've woken. You have been woke.
So this is
You
the
forgot
game
to
over.
say, how do you want to do this with Bobby?
He was not dead.
You're right, knocked out.
Lancer killed him.
So is the training module over?
The training is over, but you guys have stumbled onto something
Did we fail?
that not many people knew about.
Or is it like
Chris
It's brash!
Chris says
They're
we'll call-
tunneling.
We'll call it a draw for now.
You were clearly outnumbered.
No, you were. And we still drew.
Can I turn into a giant eagle and fly up there, take the flag, place it outside of the building, and then fly back down?
Let's just say that maybe Thunkies would, but you have encountered something completely different and unheard
No,
of
all that matters
from
is
what you
that flag.
just were, from like the situation that you just found yourself. I would think that it'd be unrealistic for you to go, oh, brave new or whole new world, flag, I win. If that's what you truly want to do, then by all means fly
I would
out.
say I wasn't going to do it until Chris was talking smack up there.
Like, he really doesn't like smack talk.
I really don't. I was gonna let it go. I was like, oh, it's a stalemate. But then Chris was like, oh, still wouldn't want to beat your ass. No, donkeys would. Plus, it'll take like 5 minutes, if that.
Plus, she's got to go alert
Yeah, cool,
the
check this
alert,
out, but I'll be
alert
right
other
back.
guards. We got to go kill the Shatter Peak monks. Kunbara is gonna want to see this. Scramble the jets.
Maybe this is how you propose to Kunbara.
Here's the head of a severed guard's head.
Right in front of Bobby.
Yeah, we'll put him in a
Check your
contraption.
messenger. Yeah, Bobby says, "This is magnificent. Looks like Kunbara still could be either one of ours. No winner or loser that I can see.
Did you see Thuggy get the flag outside?
The game's off, I'm afraid.
I know, we
It's
won. No,
it's
nope. We won.
Peculiar situation
So
that we found each other in.
gold per person.
Now it looks like I've got bar money to spend for the next few months.
Cut him down.
I cut him down. But we're going to get a team down here to investigate this place soon enough. I'd be
think
hard
that
pressed to find or see that
Probably be
nobody-
us, right? The team.
No, you guys don't have the credentials to do this. You don't nearly have the historical excavation, magical know-how to make sense of any of this down here, I'd imagine. Unless you can prove me wrong. that is.
I'm not smart. But we'll probably be sent down here as guards. Guard duty. Just in case. Who better to defend the nerds than Oren's Obliterate?
Or nerds obliterate.
No, not the
Oren
no,
nerds?
the Oren nerds.
Oren nerds.
Oren nerds bell.
Oren nerds.
We're not nerds, right, Midna? Right. And now said, hey, hey.
These, no, doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, SASANs. What a journey.
We maybe should leave it off after I say that.
Okay.
Welcome back, SASANs.
You guys, does anybody else see this message?
Nobody else does. You just see the dais with a slight, very dim, dull glow around it.
I see a ship in the center. Nobody else sees this ship.
Hercheck, do you see a ship?
Do I see a ship? I don't see a
There
ship.
is a ship
Crow, what are you talking?
Big
in
ship?
the middle of this.
Crow, there's
Ruin.
no ship.
Are your eyes malfunctioning?
No, I've just had them checked.
Is it a holographic ship? I mean,
Are your drives failing?
No,
No,
but it
no,
has
it
the
is
same markings
Ethereal.
as Cumentus's shop.
activated.
Mentis. Oh,
Touch
that's
it.
that- What do you call it?
Touch it. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it.
I'm gonna
touch
walk
it,
over
touch it.
there.
Do it.
The familiar handprint
I'm gonna do one of
floats
those.
in the air.
And then that's where
As
we'll
the
cut.
tips of your fingers
Cut.
touch the handprint, and it glows yellow, more and more vibrant yellow, until you touch it and it flashes out of existence. The light scatters to different points around this broken, what you can now almost recognize to be like a hangar at this point. And you start to see light almost disappear in the center to form a black void, and you see this dragon snout, this black dragon snout, teeth come through the void and get pressed forward as wings follow it, and it's just
I'm backing
jet
up.
black, and you see that it is the front of a ship gets pushed forward,
Oh, thank
as it
goodness.
is, as you see that it is actually just the figurehead, but it's a massive ship. It just keeps coming out and out and out and filling up this chamber. It's got sets of almost black demon wings, row upon row, on the side of this ship, with 3 huge masts with curled up demon wings around them as well. And you see on the front portion of the deck this giant-mouthed beast with a cannon in its center, and row upon row of cannons on the sides of the ship as well. And it looks beaten. It looks like it just came out of a war, but like an ancient war. It looks super, super old and beat up. And it's, yeah, again, it's about a kilometer wide and presses into the ruins, pushing them out of the side, and just hangs there as the light is almost like keeping it in stasis. And that is where we'll end tonight's game. Thank you for watching, SASANs. What is this ship for? Where did it come from? Who is Cumentus? Who really won? It could have been anyone's game.
Was us.
It was our game.
It was clear. Even the viewer is going to be like, they won, clearly.
Thunky, yeah, you actually fly back down to see this ship emerge from the black void and have no idea what's going
I
on.
feel like, well, I only have 1 hit point. I feel like seeing that, and after
You just see the
everything,
bird spiral down.
I would just die. Go unconscious.
Um,
Out of terror.
as always, SASANs, until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing role-playing games.
Like, subscribe, comment.
And all of it.
You're